Good evening, everyone. How are we all doing? Welcome back to Premier League Dad. My name is Key. We are live for Brighton's Roberto De Zerbi. Ex-Brighton manager Roberto De Zerbi. I had that so nicely lined up as well, and I got it all wrong. Ex-Brighton manager Roberto De Zerbi, now at Tottenham. Big game now in the relegation battle for Spurs. Goodness me. What do we think of this one? Do we think Spurs still have the wherewithal, still have the tools to get out of this relegation battle? I still think they are. I just can't see Spurs in the Championship. I can't picture it. I cannot picture Spurs in the Championship. I still think they've got enough. I look at the players they have and I think they're not players who should be in a relegation fight, will be in a relegation fight. I think they've got enough in there, enough that they'll turn it round. Maybe I'm naive. Who knows? I've got things wrong before. It has been known to happen. But I've got a feeling with Spurs. I still think there's a bit of fight left in these players. And I think they have enough to turn it round. And I still, honestly, the way that I'm looking at it, I still think it's going to be Forest. I predicted Forest weeks ago, and I still think it's going to be Forest. But it's going to be a fascinating game, this one. How are we all doing, everyone? Anyway, great to see the people in the chat. How are we doing? Shell, Sarah, lovely to see you. Broken Verdict, City of Northville, how are we doing? Apologies, by the way. I do have to apologise. I completely lost track of time yesterday. And before I knew it, Blackburn Coventry was upon us. And we had missed our Friday night. We'd missed our Friday night members only live. It's absolutely unforgivable. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to double up next week, and we're going to do two lots next week to increase the value. It's my fault. I apologise. Hands are in the air. I apologise. So yeah, no members only live yesterday. Completely gapped it. My fault. Completely gapped it. I had loads going on, but that's irrelevant. Totally and utterly irrelevant. Missed it. Apologies. I will do better next time. I will do better next week. Panachista, who do you prefer between Elliot Anderson or Wharton at Liverpool? I would prefer Wharton personally, but I think they're two very different types of players. We probably need both in many ways. Owen Thomas, more important than any league game. This one, you're thinking? Who'll win the Champions League? PSG. It's between PSG and Bayern. Whoever wins that game's going to win it. I have had a funny feeling about Arsenal all season that they're going to actually win it, but I guess we'll see. Liam, how are we going? Ahmed, it is a double-header tonight. Yeah, it absolutely is a double-header. We've got lots and lots of footy tonight. Jellyfish, good to see you, mate. Brighton going to give De Zerbi why he should not have left and killed Spurs. The Spurs may look it out, but do they deserve to stay up? I mean, listen, if they stay up, they've deserved to stay up. That would be my argument anyway. If they manage to actually remain in the division, then yeah, I think they have deserved it. Evening, Swifty. Good to see you, lad. Will says, Key, my prediction is 2-1 Brighton in this. I think Spurs 2-1 today. I'm calling it early. I think Spurs get a win, and they put the cat amongst the pigeons in that relegation battle. Because when you look at the relegation, the teams who are just around that relegation zone now, Leeds got a massive win today against Wolves. That was huge for them, 3-0. And that really does just take them out of it. I thought they were out of it when they beat United, but they're absolutely out of it now, aren't they? They are 9 points clear of Tottenham with 5 games to go. They're not getting caught. So Leeds are out of it. Tottenham need to win. I would say this is a must-win for Tottenham. They have got Wolves, and they have got Leeds, and they have got Everton. There's winnable games left between now and the end of the season. But I would say in terms of home fixtures, they've only got 3 home fixtures between now and the end of the season. This one, Leeds, and Everton. This is probably the hardest of their home fixtures, isn't it? Yeah. Brighton's a harder tie at home than Everton or Leeds. Leeds will probably already be safe by the time they play them. Everton won't have anything left to fight for by the time they play them, I would imagine. There's not really anything riding on the season for Everton by that point, in my opinion. We'll see. Shell, I apologise. I'm sure you'll be saying no, because we're going to win the derby tomorrow and we'll still be in a fight for the Champions League. And if that's true, then yeah, Everton at home then becomes a really difficult one. But I think Tottenham's home fixtures, Brighton, Leeds, Everton, this is probably the hardest of the three. They've got to play Chelsea, Villa and Wolves away. But if they can get a bit of momentum, if they can win today, win against Wolves, all of a sudden the picture's just looking so much more rosy for Spurs, isn't it? Win away at Wolves, who are already pretty much relegated by the time they play them. Win away at Wolves and beat Brighton today. And all of a sudden, Tottenham's problems start to become much more manageable. And I think that is what's going to happen, personally. I think Roberto Zerbi gets a big reaction today, and I think he gets a big reaction against Wolves. If they don't win today, I'm starting to panic for Tottenham myself. Even I, who have been maybe more glass half full with Tottenham, I've been very much still thinking they're going to stay up. I think even I would start to turn if they got beat today. And maybe I think I'm more confident than most Spurs fans on this one. Jellyfish says, I can't see Spurs winning. Put on the Ange mask, Key. Liam says, Key, Arsenal's next 6 are City tomorrow. Newcastle, Fulham, Burnley, Palace, West Ham. Yeah, I mean, again, there's a lot of games in there that you'd look at and think, apart from maybe West Ham, none of those teams really have anything to fight for. Burnley will already be down. Newcastle are done. Fulham, Newcastle and Palace done. They've got nothing really to play for. Fulham, maybe outside chance still of Europe, possibly. But, I mean, nah, realistically, there's only really City and West Ham that Arsenal have got left to worry about. But I guess we'll see. Key, I bet Arsenal turn up at the Etihad tomorrow and defend for their life. I'm sure they will. WNL 2-1 Brighton win. Liam Murray, can I get a shout out, please? Of course you can, Liam. Good to see you, mate. Owen Thomas, Brighton probably win this one 2-0. If Arsenal win the league, do they deserve to win the league? Of course they do. Yeah, of course they do. If they win it, you can only beat who's in front of you. Liverpool won it on 84 points last year, and that was one of the lowest points totals for any champion for a long time. And chances are that City and Arsenal win it this year, whoever it is, probably win it on even less than 84 points. Jellyfish De Zerbi is going to get a big reaction, yeah. A big defeat. WNL says Bournemouth could get Europe, Key. What's your thoughts? I don't know. I don't think they will. I don't think Bournemouth will get Europe. It's a big win that today at St James's Park. But again, the Geordies will tell you, Newcastle fans will tell you that is a fixture that they always, always, always lose. Bournemouth at home is Newcastle's bogey side. They always lose against Bournemouth at St James's Park. So, yeah, I think that wasn't necessarily a huge surprise. It was a great win for Bournemouth, and that takes them up to, what, 7th, 8th? 8th it is in the table. I mean, they're level on points with Chelsea. I mean, that's not a bad, maybe not a bad sign if they were to see Everton get beat by Liverpool tomorrow, maybe Brighton get beat here, Chelsea get beat by United tonight, all of a sudden, Bournemouth might be looking at it and going, we're only 3 points, 4 points behind Liverpool. Champions League football, here we go. WNL, who gets Europe though? I think European football this year is going to be the teams that are in the top 6 right now. I don't think that changes. I think Liverpool, Villa, Man United, City, Arsenal will get the Champions League spaces. I think Villa will win the Europa League and get a Champions League place, which means Chelsea probably do get in then. And then I think the Europa League place will go to, at this moment in time, I would say momentum is leaning towards Brentford. And I think that would be a really big moment for them. So I think Europa League, Brentford, and I think Europa Conference League. Ooh, possibly Europa Conference League would be Brighton. And I think Palace might win the Conference League, so they'll be in the Europa League. So I think that's what's going to happen next year. I think it's going to be Conference League is going to be Brighton. I think Europa League is going to be Palace and Brentford. Chelsea, Liverpool, Villa, United, City and Arsenal in the Champions League. 6 Champions League places. Ronnie Luxton, there won't be a Europa League place. Why? Why won't there be of course there'll be a Europa League place. There's always a Europa League place. Minimum Europa League place. Worthy says, United will lose tonight. I think we'll be in the Europa. Miss out on the Champions League. It was a bad performance the other day, wasn't it, from United? Yes, Johnny. How's it going, lad? I am Crute says, are Palace's issues with the Europa they had this year solved if they win the conference? Yes, because John Textor is gone. He's no longer involved with the club. So he sold his shares. He is no longer affiliated with Palace at all. Prince Rupert, I see the chat has more confidence in Spurs than I do today. How goes it, Key in chat? Very good, mate. How's things with you? And Ajoy B. Harry. I'm from Mauritius. Wow. Mauritius. Beautiful destination. Can't say I've ever been. Imagine Brentford Betis, Key. Go on then. The Bees in Seville. I'd love that. I'd love that. With a bit of luck, I'm going to be in Spain next year. I'm going to be living in Spain next year with a bit of luck. So that might be a game I could go to. I might do a Brentford Betis at the Villa Marine. I'd love that. Key, if Aston Villa win the Europa League, will there be a sixth team in the Champions League next season? Yes, assuming Villa have already qualified for it. Brighton winning the Conference League next season then, Key. It could be. Yeah, possibly. CGLFC, is there any extra Champions League spot if Villa win the Europa League? Yes. Yeah, that then passes on to 6th place. Broken verdict, we won't miss Champions League football. What is he talking about? You do realise that Chelsea have Liverpool and Liverpool have Brentford, United and Chelsea. It doesn't matter though, does it? Because United haven't really turned up in a lot of games recently. The Leeds game, I thought they were really, really poor. Like, really, really poor. My mate's a Brentford fan, but from Sevilla, so also likes them. Brentford v Betis would be amazing. I think Spurs draw this one. Or down this time, sorry, the one and only. Spurs are down. Lots of people, lots of, Spurs fans as well. Very, very much lacking in confidence when it comes to Spurs. Cluminotto, hello, my mate. How are you doing today? Very good, sir. Very good. How are you, more importantly? Leeds are safe now, I reckon I would say so. Sir, I have family in East Africa. I've got family in West Africa, believe it or not. Yeah, my father-in-law is Cameroonian. Very true. Jellyfish, Well's got the quiz ready. Yes, absolutely. CGLFC, so as poor as we've been, we're going to get Champions League likely. Oh, Liverpool will definitely get it. Yeah, we've picked up more points than Villa, more points than Chelsea in the last couple of months. As bad as you think we are, they are worse. We will absolutely pick up more points than them between now and the end of the season. Not worried about that at all. Pascal Gross has the most assists for Brighton in the Premier League history. Stay Gold. Hey, Key, how are taxes in Spain? I don't know. Generally all right, I think. Ahead. They're pretty much okay. They're no worse than they are here. Shadow Ninja, hello Key, hope you're well. I'm going 2-1 Brighton. I also have a quiz for us today if you're wanting to do it. I'm happy to, yeah. Ronnie Luxton, if Villa finish 5th and win the Europa, the top 6 are Champions League, 7th would be Conference League. No, that's not true, Ronnie. No, that's not true, mate. No. It's the same as last year. There is always a Europa League place that gets passed out. There isn't no. It doesn't get bypassed. Cluminotto, I'm doing good today. My opinion is that Tottenham are going to lose this one. And Brian Shebre, Brighton to win. Brighton to win. Azazel, are you slot in or would you like to see someone else? I am very much slot in. Very, very much slot in. It's very frustrating and very disappointing to see so many Liverpool fans so fervently arguing for the manager's removal. I think it's really disappointing and it's sad. I'm kind of tired of talking about it. I think the guys had a really, really bad set of cards. Up the toffees. Alex, did you watch the charity match, Key? I didn't know, but my sister-in-law she went down there. She's been watching it today. The one at Wembley, I assume we're talking about that. Would the extra European spot change in any way if Forest went down but won Europa? No, it wouldn't. No, that wouldn't change. It wouldn't change a thing. It would just mean that Forest would get the Champions League and they would be in the Championship, which is eternally possible. Connor Payne, afternoon, Key. How's it going, everyone? The Ev will get that Europa League place. I can't see it. Do we have a poll for the result today? Yeah, it's there. It's right there. So far, 51% of people have voted. 53% now have said Brighton win. 34% saying Tottenham win. And 13% saying draw. You can go and vote in that poll if you do wish to do so. You can head over to the main platform with the red play button. Connor, Spurs win today and Wolves get officially relegated. My nephew will be over the moon. He got his YouTuber's replica shirt and has been to Wembley. Nice. That's lovely. Aston Villa winning Europa League and possibly Palace in the conference. I'm not sure for Arsenal in the Champions League. If Arsenal win the Champions League, Villa win the Europa League, then I think there's a chance that, well, it does, doesn't it? I think the Champions League places go down to 7th, which is crazy. Absolutely crazy. Coventry fan, we are Premier League team. Come on, buzzing for next season. Great to see that next season. Coventry at Anfield, Coventry at Old Trafford. Let's see it. Be good fun. Key, you can't sack the players though, and we sacked Dalglish and others for less than Slot's results. You can sack the players, and we have sacked the players, mate. We sold 7 or 8 of them last season, and we're going to sell another 7 or 8 this summer. So you can't keep changing a third of the team and not expecting that you'll see a dip in results or performance or style of play. You can't do that. Like that, everyone knows that. You just can't change that many players every year and not expect some sort of a drop off. Dylan, how's it going? What happened when Wigan won the cup? Yeah, Wigan won the cup and they were playing UEFA Cup, Europa League football in the Championship. It was the same with Millwall. Millwall got to the FA Cup final, they qualified for Europe, and they were in the Championship playing European football. It has happened many times before. Jackie, watching Chelsea v United at 8. I am, yes, absolutely. CGLFC, pull up all our results since the 1st of March, mate. 1st of March 2025, you mean? What I know, mate, is that is massively overplayed. Between February and May last year, we played 12 in the league, won 9, drawn 2, lost 1. I don't care what anyone says. That is Championship winning form, and it proved to be. Do another dip next year, then. Got it. What do you mean do another dip next year? What do you mean do another dip next year? Why would there be another dip next year? I think the reality is that's unavoidable. Whoever comes in, let's say you change the manager, you still need to change those 7 or 8 players. So we're 3 points off third, mate. We might well finish third in a terrible season. We've been in our first Champions League quarter-final since 2022. People have just erased, I'm sure they've just erased all the dark times from when we were under Jurgen Klopp and thinking everything's rosy. Adam Timmins, absolutely love it when Newcastle get beat. This is a club that did not win a trophy in 50 years. But to listen to their fans, you'd think they win the Premier League every other year. Ronnie, if they finish 5th and win it, the 7th is only Conference League and until the FA Cup winner is decided. But there will absolutely, mate, there absolutely will be a Europa League winner. A Europa League participant from the Premier League. There is no world where next season there is no English side in the Europa League. That doesn't exist. WNL, what response will Zerbi get being the Tottenham manager, but ex-Brighton manager? I guess we'll see. Yeah. Listen, the Spurs, look at the Spurs fans here. The Spurs fans have put on a fantastic display. They are up for it. No question at all, they are up for it. LFC banter page, it will all be fun for no Champions League football at Anfield next season too. Again, that's happened as well before. We had no Champions League football under Jurgen Klopp in 2023. It happens. Clarinotto, who do you support? I'm a Liverpool fan, mate. I am a Liverpool fan, yes. Prince Rupert, looking at the table, I actually need Spurs to win today to keep the Seagulls behind us. And CGLFC only beat Wolves, Fulham and Galatasaray. So what's up with that? What's wrong with that? Broken verdict, genuinely low-key. Gakpo is your 9 since Isaac is getting in. Fitness is just not working out. Speaking of Newcastle fans, 14th place. What an excellent takeover. The real United my arse. Do you still think Spurs will stay up, Key? Yes, I still think Spurs stay up. I am confident they will. Yes. I am Crew. Do you think a Premier League club could tempt Zerbi away if Spurs went down? Doubt it. No, I very much doubt it. Three-star, come on the Seagulls. Hope those Spurs fans can get a refund on those flags. Okay, well, hey, here we go. We are 4 minutes away from kickoff. Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat what your thoughts are, what your prediction is. Seagull head. Get your seagull head on, Key. Voltec says, my husband is upset. He's supporting West Ham. They're going down. West Ham will be absolutely fine. I think they're staying up. I've got to say, listen, 3-star, great guy, mod in the chat. Love him to bits. But I do think Forest are going down at this moment in time. Spurs, if they lose today, I might start to fall in line and think Spurs might be going down. I do think it's very much reporting. It's very much still in Spurs' hands. I still think they've got the wherewithal to get out of this. Yeah. Liam Vernon, Key, if a team gets relegated and wins the FA Cup to qualify for Europe, how do the rules comply with the extra financial money in the Championship? I don't know what you mean, Liam. There is no extra financial money in the Championship. There's less money in the Championship. Teaching Tony, Key, I have a 10-3 Tottenham, Brighton or draw, good buddy. Oh, you're really hanging that on me? Oh, no, Tony. I would go, right, because I think you'll get decent numbers for it. I'm not going to use the word, the ODDS, but I think I would go both teams to score, Tottenham win. Yeah. Yeah, both teams to score, Tottenham win. Go for it. Go for it. That's my take. Cluin Otto says, my opinion on Liverpool is Slot is not the problem at Liverpool, it's the players who are not giving 100%. I hate Arsenal. Cluin Otto, I love you, mate. That's exactly my thoughts as well. I'd imagine he means with the parachute payments. But the parachute payments are still less than you get in the Premier League, aren't they? They are just there to kind of stagger the drop in revenue. It doesn't really change anything. They get extra money for winning the cup, yeah, but it's not much. You don't make a fortune from winning the FA Cup. Prince Rupert, interesting that De Zerbi has decided to make Kinski his number one, unless the other keeper is injured. No, Vicario is out injured. That's what we're seeing at the minute. I'll give you the figures in a moment, thank you. Hey, listen, you pick your own, mate. I don't want to be responsible for that. Heaven forbid. I would have thought they would get extra money for winning the cup and playing in Europe. They do. Yeah, they do get extra money for playing in the cup, for winning the cup and playing in Europe. But I don't know what your question is. What are you saying? They will get extra money, but how does that affect... You don't get penalised for making more money in the Championship. You lose money going from the Premier League down to the Championship because you lose TV money and everything. But if what you're saying is that, well, maybe Leeds could win... I mean, it's probably not going to happen, is it? Because there's Leeds, Southampton, Chelsea and City, right? So Leeds aren't going to get relegated now, so that really isn't going to happen. 10 wins 33. Yeah, well, let's see. That seems very little, I've got to say. 10 wins 33. I thought there'd be more than that. Right, we're off and underway. Let's see. Hang on a minute there. Right. Let me get this going. What are we on? 30 seconds. Okay, perfect. Right. We've got the old overlay back. I still don't think Spurs would have been this low down under Thomas Frank. They wouldn't have been this low down under Ange either. I think they should have stuck with Ange, and when they didn't stick with Ange, they should have stuck with Thomas Frank. They've made an absolute pig's ear of it. Key, who do you think is going to win the Arsenal v City game? Draw. I'm going to sit on the fence. Jack Player says Slot is a fact of how we play. Slot is to blame as well. Salah is leaving because of Slot, and it's why Diaz left. No, it's not. No, that Jack, that's just totally wrong. Diaz is not leaving because of Slot. That's totally wrong, mate. I don't know where you've got that from. He's totally not left because of Slot. It's nothing to do with Slot. He left because he wanted a new contract and the club wouldn't give him a new contract. He had 2 years left on a deal that he had £70,000 a week on, and Bayern were offering him £200,000 a week plus. So that's why he wanted to leave. He deserves more than 70 grand, and to be fair, he does because he's one of the best wingers in Europe. We signed him on a 5-year deal, 70 grand a week. He was on less than Kostas Tsimikas in terms of salary. He thought he deserved an upgrade, and the club said, I mean, we're happy to keep you. You've got another 2 years left on that. We'll happily let you run that down and leave on a free if you want at 31 years of age. And he said, absolutely not, I want to leave. And he got his big move to Bayern. We got 70 million quid for a player who's 29. It's not a bad result for either side, to be honest. Our big problem is that we didn't replace him. It's nothing to do with selling Diaz. Great ball, Spurs, chance. Oh, no, better from Brighton. Much better from Verbruggen. Epic handle name. This may be one of the greatest days of my life. Clubinotto, Arsenal must change their name in 26-27 to Set Piece FC. And Amlest says, Key, who's winning the Prem? Right now, I would say Arsenal. Pete, if Spurs went down, it might shut the pundits up about Big Six clubs. Why? What do you mean the pundits about Big Six clubs? What did they say? Baleba becoming a bench warmer after he was valued at 100 million in the summer. Again, he's massively thrown his toys out the pram. You know, he could have gone to United. I think if Brighton were a bit more reasonable, they probably could have got 80 million out of United in the summer. Because United were prepared to pay that. They just wouldn't accept it. Bright start by Spurs, sorry. Oh, has it not even started? Oh, this is sickening behaviour. Sorry. Hang on a minute. Let me sort it out. I thought the clock had started. There it is. It's started now. Sorry. I apologise, everyone. Broken verdict, Key. Chelsea v United without much bias. I reckon a draw. We might not be good, but Chelsea are actually shambolic. No goals, 3-0 losses in a row. Might be the worst of the top five. I mean, listen, I'm just going to enjoy the game tonight because Chelsea and United tonight, Liverpool fans we can't lose. We actually can't lose. We can only win in that game no matter what the result is. A Chelsea win, a United win, or a draw, Liverpool absolutely benefit from that. To err is to be human. Absolutely. And to forgive is divine. And you're a very forgiving man, aren't you, Tony? Epic handle names is Key. What about players of other teams that you like? Let's spread some positivity. Yeah, let's do some. Let's stop being, all these football channels are all haters, right? Let's talk about players we do like, and let's talk about positive. Look at this down the left-hand side here. Good ball in from a doggy. What a ball! Oh, and it's going to be a corner to Spurs, is it? Is that going out? No, kept in. Well done, Brighton. I think Van Hecker has had a fantastic season for Brighton. Alf, what else do you stream on, Key? I stream on the red play button and the purple button as well. I'm live on there right now. It's a slightly different look and feel to what you're seeing here on TikTok. If you want to go and check it out, head over there, search Key Thomas. Why have I got a UK local elections notice on my TikTok? I don't know. Just to be clear, I have absolutely no affiliation with any UK political party. I am very much homeless in terms of politics. Salah only played 59 minutes in the PSG tie and he was clearly our most threatening player. Should have started. I completely disagree. Mo Salah has been absolutely shocking all season. I wouldn't play him again for the rest of the season. If I'm dead honest, mate, I think he's been an embarrassment. I think he made a huge error when he came out and threw the manager and the team under the bus. Thankfully, he came back and apologised. He recognised that he was wrong to do that. But yeah, I think his ego's been bruised by the fact that he's just not been the same player this season. And the manager's absolutely right to drop him, in my opinion. Premier League Dad has a dodgy clock on the stream. Is it still stopping? No, it's working now, isn't it? It is working. Baffling that Eddie Howe is staying at Newcastle, seems to have lost the dressing room. Eddie Howe's lost the dressing room. Do we think that he is gone in the summer? Because they are just starting to turn a little bit, those Newcastle fans, aren't they? I feel like Newcastle fans are just getting a little bit, a little bit edgy with Eddie Howe. Same name on all the others. Yeah, Key Thomas, Premier League dad, you'll find me, I promise you. Harry, where was the Sidemen live watch-along? I'll be honest, mate, I don't know anything about the Sidemen. I couldn't tell you who any of them are. My sister-in-law, she went down to Wembley to watch him today. She knows all about him, but I have no idea who they are, I'll be honest with you. I'm 36. I'm not old. Listen, I'm not old. I'm not past it, but I just don't know who they are. I've never watched them. I don't know who they are. That's no disrespect to them. They are obviously absolutely massive. They're just not really my thing. But good luck to him. Good luck to him. I'm sure they're fantastically talented young lads. WNL, it's because Key is creating his own political party and he wants seats quickly. Yes. Premier League dad ultras. Welshwing, MP of quizzes, Minister for quizzes, Welshwing. Sarah, Minister for punishment. Punishment and moderation. CGLFC, most balls played into the box and third most touches in the opposition box. I think CG, listen, I suspect you are, and I could be wrong, mate. Listen, you seem a lovely lad, right? But you strike me as maybe one of the Mo Salah Player FC fans who are very much more about Mo Salah than you are the club. I just don't think Mo Salah's ever going to be a Liverpool player again. I think he's done. We all know he's leaving in the summer. I think we need to accept that. It kind of needed to happen. I don't think Mo Salah's downfall is not on the manager. I think if you're starting to blame it on the manager, I think we're past that. You must have watched him in the Manchester City game. He was god-awful. You could have picked any person out of the chat and put him on that pitch against City, and he'd done a better job than Mo Salah. He was dreadful. He's a club legend. Yeah, he is absolutely a club legend, but Gerrard's a club legend, and I wouldn't start him in midfield either. Albeit saying that, McAllister's pretty shit, so I probably would start Gerrard at the minute. But you don't get by on being a club legend, I'm sorry. He's just not, he's not the same player. He's done. He's absolutely finished. Love that Welshwing. Madhouse, has the quiz started? My answer is Robbie Fowler. CGLFC, why? Because he missed as many chances as Darwin. Why does it matter how many chances he's missed in comparison to other people? Spurs in the area, claim for the penalty. Oh, massive claim. The referee says no. 10 minutes in, huge claim for the penalty. Spurs, and they're not having it. The referee is absolutely not having it. Still in the area. Spurs not giving it up yet. Kolo Muani, strike again, claim for the penalty. And it's a free kick to Brighton. Oh. Wow. Wow. And the manifesto is here, and I support someone called Premier League Dad. God knows how your name has got into Parliament. Yeah, as this ball gets played in, it's definitely onside. Let's just watch. I think it's a doggy. He gets right side of Minter. I think that's, you know what? I think that's a questionable one. Let's watch it from the back. Does he actually get anything on the player? No, actually. No, it's not a pen, that. That's not a pen at all. I'm sorry. It's not a pen. 3-star Trump's blockades and nothing to what our mods can do. Trump would last 5 minutes in our chat. Zerbi, absolute banhammer within seconds. Epic handle name, Monster Raving Looney Parter, Minister for Quizzes and Bingo. Yes. Can we get a check on that, please, sir? Absolutely, yeah. We should be doing more of that in the Houses of Parliament anyway. If only there was VAR on some of the decisions we've been given over the years. Let's not get into politics, for the love of God. Absolutely not. We'll be here all day. Let's just focus on the football, for God's sake. Dangerous territory, politics. It's a very divisive subject. Just stop killing people, for the love of God. Can we all agree on that? Stop killing people, you pricks. Salah is 30 years old. When that half yard goes, it's done and dusted. He came out and spoke against how Slot was treating him. He didn't. What do you mean treating him? He apologised for that. Mo Salah came out and had a go because he said he felt like someone at the club doesn't want him there anymore because he'd been dropped a few games. And do you know why he was dropped a few games? Because he was crap. So if you play badly, it don't matter whether you're a legend or not. If you play badly, you get dropped. And he was, by definition, objectively, playing really badly. I can count probably on the one hand how many games Mo Salah has played average in this season. Average to good. 6, 7 out of 10 or higher, I would say. He's played about 5 games like that this season. The rest of the time, 4 or 5 out of 10. As I've said before, my job is to do with politics. Yeah, well, keep stum. I'll vote for you, Key, if you fix the potholes. No, I'd be like a dictator. I'd be like Idi Amin. I'd be a dictator. Mugabe, get all the cash. Get all of it. It's mine. Abject poverty all around. No, I'm kidding. I wouldn't. I'd be a total... I'd be... Yeah. Like, what's the fella... Oh, my mind's gone blank. Uruguayan fella. Is it the Uruguayan fella? The fella who was like, how can I live in a mansion and all this sort of... I'm sure someone's going to say, hey, kid, you know he did this really terrible thing now? I think he's passed away now, but he was a famed Uruguayan politician who, lived a pretty modest lifestyle. Yeah, instead of Xi Jinping, we'd have Key. Exactly, yes. Maybe don't mention that, Will, on TikTok, because I'll get in trouble massively. CG, well then we should bin off Verge, Kirkes, Maka, Grav, etc. then too, I guess. Well, no, I think Maka, yes. Kirkes, Gravenberch have been pretty decent, to be honest. Kirkes and Gravenberch are still young as well. So they've not been great, but they've also got years of time left, whereas Salah just hasn't. Virgil van Dijk is already leaving next season. It's already been confirmed he's going next summer. I think the reason Virgil van Dijk has kept playing is because we have no other centre-backs. Send Welsh Wing to sort out the Strait of Hormuz. Oh, hey. Here we go. Corner for Spurs. Goals from corners this season. Look at that. Spurs are very nearly set-piece FC. Arsenal top with 16 goals from corners. Spurs second with 14. This could be, possibly, Scaffolding FC being renamed. Go on. Ball whipped in. Far post. Headed back across the face of goal. It's a free kick. Shocking. Xi Jinping. 2-0 is the prediction from Exile, thinking it's going to be a 2-0 Brighton win. Welsh Wing's strategy would just be US v Iran in a quiz. Most right answers gets their way. Yeah. Get them all in a room. Right, lads. We're going to hash this out here and now. Can you tell me the top 20 German goal scorers in the Premier League since 1995 with the surname starting K? Go. And, oh my God, just get it going. That's how we're going to decide the Strait of Hormuz. A Welsh Wing quiz. Is it a full stadium? It is actually, yeah. To be fair to Spurs fans, they've turned up. They've had the white flags, which is probably not a great sign. Waving white flags is probably not a great sign before a big contest. Klinsmann. Yeah, Klinsmann will be one. I don't know. It was just... That's not actually the quiz, by the way. Just a heads up. That is not actually the quiz. It was just me throwing one out there. keep Joe Gomez till he scores. Yes, Joe Gomez has to stay at Liverpool, doesn't he? I'd be astonished if he doesn't. Brighton knocking it round at the back. Ball played inside. Spurs win it back. Again, they're just about... They're playing it over the top an awful lot more than I expected them to, Spurs. It's a different type of setup from Roberto De Zerbi. They've gone very narrow, haven't they? There's not... I mean, obviously, typically with Roberto De Zerbi side, you see the wing-backs quite high anyway, and that is what we're seeing. Oh, that's really good play. That's much better from Spurs. Better pressing. Xavi Simons, they've worked on... You can tell maybe there's a slightly different shape about Spurs today. Passing. Oh, going to be a corner, that ref. It's going to be a corner. It is. Do you think Martin Odegaard will leave in the summer? No. No, I don't think he will. Don't think he will. Do you? More importantly, do you think he will? Klosterman. CG Spurs with the Plazzy flags now after the hype parade last game. Embarrassing. Oh, give him the due, mate. They've got to do the bit for the team. Oh, that was very, very nasty landing, that one. I think that could be a season ender. In fact, it's almost certainly a season ender, that one. Is it Pascal Gross who's gone down? Or is it, who is it? Who's gone down there? I don't know who it is who's gone down. Is it Ayari, maybe? Could be Ayari. I don't know who it is. Brighton going to have to make a change here, and I think that could be a bad one. He's landed really awkwardly on his left knee. Poor, yeah, it's Matoma, I think, who's about to come on, but I really don't know who he's going to come on for. I'm not sure who it is who's gone down. Is it Gomez? Is it Ayari? Is it Gross? Diego Gomez, I think. It might well be. Dave talks football, another one down in Spurs. Let's hope some more of the big boys go in the future. You're not a fan of the big boys then, Dave? I don't think Spurs are going down personally, but we'll see. Prince Rupert says Spurs are lacking that characteristic blue smoke that kept Everton up. They need the dog, don't they? Get that black... Is it the black dog? Was it a black... It was like a black lab, wasn't it? Who they carried into the stadium. I hope there's a Chelsea quiz next game. Of course, I'm sure there will be. Prince Rupert, probably insanely nervous. That's what it's like when you're in a relegation battle. And Hürzeler looks nervous for sure. Well, it's Matoma about to come on here. ZZ5, would you take Archie Gray should Spurs go down? Yes, I would love it if Spurs were to sell us Archie Gray. Archie Gray is exactly the type of player that I want to see at Liverpool. This does not look good for Gomez. He's even hesitant to stand up here. I think they want the stretcher. I think it might need to be a stretcher to get him off. He doesn't even want to stand up and hobble off, you know. Danny Welbeck saying maybe we just let him get the stretcher. Oh, is he going to walk it off? Ooh, he's still not looking confident. Yeah, no, he's gone. I think that's him done, and he can see he's upset. I tell you what we have seen this season. And listen, I don't mean to mock in any way, shape or form. I don't mean to mock, because I'm sure it is devastating, and it's obviously painful, and I get it. But I'll tell you what we have seen a lot more of this season, that we've seen far more of. I'd love to see if there was any sort of increase in percentage measurement. Players crying when they go off the pitch. Have I imagined this? Because we had Romero crying last week when he got injured. Gomez is crying here when he's getting injured. And again, I get it. I'm really not mocking the players. I get it. It's probably in a World Cup year as well. It's got to be like really, really devastating. Oh, Spurs, edge of the box, big deflection. It's going to be a corner. Xavi Simons. Whoa, from the resulting corner. Xavi Simons with a strike took a big deflection. One of those that just bounces into the grass and kind of spins. Daisy cutter almost. And the goalkeeper just couldn't quite get to it. He was definitely scrambling Verbruggen. Fortunately, it goes wide. That's another corner for Spurs. But yeah, there's definitely been a lot more crying from players, hasn't there? Players crying going off the pitch. What's going on in the world? Spurs, edge of the box. Strike! Oh, just over the bar, and it's gone over from Kolo Muani. Key, who would you like to win in the Chelsea v United game? As a Liverpool fan, I would personally rather Chelsea. I would rather Chelsea because then I think we can look up the table at United. But if United win, honestly, we're 7 points clear of Chelsea if we win our game in hand tomorrow against Everton. Now, we might not do, but even if we pick up a point, we're 5 clear of them with 5 games to go. Any scoreline, really, for today gives us a massive advantage, whichever way you want to look at it. We either rein United in or we put up a big gap between Chelsea. So we're all good, whatever the result today. Stephen, it's a World Cup year, that's why. No, I understand that. I do understand that. I get it. It's got to be frustrating. It's got to be sad. But the amount of tears that we're seeing, like serious tears from players going off the pitch, feels like it's happening more recently. Yeah, Chris Wood didn't cry. Dave talks football. They have manipulated the game and made the rules to suit themselves. I mean, they don't make the rules, let's be honest. There has to be 14 teams to make a rule in the Premier League. I don't know about making the rules. What injury has Diego Gomez sustained, roughly, do you think, Key? I think, because he was able to walk it off, usually for something like that, maybe he's just tweaked. Might just be a strain or a tweak. He might have even just jarred his knee. So it might just be like a sharp pain and it feels worse than it is in the moment. I don't know. We don't know. Virgil van Dijk was out for the best part of 9 months, wasn't he? And he walked off the pitch against Everton when Jordan Pickford chopped him in half. Van Dijk walked off the pitch as well then, and we all thought at the time, oh, he's walked off, so he might be okay. You never really know until you get him in an MRI machine and actually have a look at the extent of the injury. So he landed funny on his knee. Best case that it's a jarred knee and he's only out for maybe a couple of weeks, maybe if that. It might even be less. It's a strain. Depending on the grade, could be a month. Depending on how bad it is, they might just be precautious with him. But if it's a bad one, if he's landed funny and he's tore something, then yeah, it could be. He could miss the World Cup, which is always the worry, isn't it? City of Northville, Yamal cries because he's stuck on a team unworthy of him. And Welshwing, you call them snowflakes, but chat remembers Gaza crying in the 90 World Cup because he got a yellow. That's also true. Yeah. Listen, I'm not saying it hasn't happened before. It just feels like it's maybe more concentrated recently. And that's just my own stupid subjective opinion. Maybe there's no evidence to back that up. It just feels like I've recently seen more players going off the pitch crying after an injury this season than I have in recent years. And that maybe the World Cup is the answer to that. Could be ankle, maybe ankle. He didn't seem to be rolling his ankle though, and usually that's what they do. When they've done something to their ankle, the first thing they do when they stand up is do a couple of ankle rolls, and he didn't do that. It looked like he was testing his knee. But I guess we shall see. I hate them bloody MRI machines. Who can lay there for an hour? Yeah, no, absolutely not. Swim Shady, you're a clueless idiot. You've spelt "your" wrong there, by the way, just a heads up. I know I'm not, without being that guy, you have spelt "your" wrong. Oh, sir, you should totally leave them up. Leave them posts up. Let him rant. Let him rant. It's funny. Unless they're spamming or they're being racist or homophobic or sexist or any of the other isms or any way offensive to other people, then spam or not, then remove. But generally speaking, if they're just being divvies, just leave them up. It's all good. Bruno Fernandes cries when things don't go his own way. Dylan had to watch 2 unskippable 1 minute long adverts to watch you. Game's never been more gone. Absolutely shocking behaviour, that, isn't it? YouTube must have... I don't know if they've changed something. I've not changed anything. Promise you. I have no control over them. Yeah, that's sadly, yeah. Matt Weaver with a long throw into the box for Brighton. 26 minutes on the clock, still 0-0. I think Spurs have maybe had the better of the game so far. Not really any clear chances as such. Couple of digs from outside the area. But Spurs have done okay so far. Oh, now then. Oh, so close. So close from Kolo Muani to getting in there. And long ball over the top. Brighton are in here. Kinski does well. And Bissouma. That's what they need more of, Spurs. That sort of dynamism in midfield, and he gives it away. That's not good enough, Bissouma. Here's Minter. Does very well, Minter. Far post. Minter wins it back again. Here he is again. Oh, so unlucky. That's a foul, referee. Prince Rupert, thank God I use Firefox. Ah, okay. Welshwing says, I got a quiz for half-time. Jelly will have to see if I'm around. Welshwing, king of the quizzes. Key is the master. That's a very unpopular opinion. No, Welshwing is absolutely our quiz master. There's Spurs in the area. Opportunity here. Brighton just about keeping it. Oh, and it's gone behind for a corner. Gallagher there couldn't quite get wrong side. And it's going to be a corner to Spurs. Good ball over the top, though. Again, it's the ball over the top that is really hurting Brighton. That's the only thing that Spurs have done consistently well today, is kept going with the ball over the top. And because Brighton are so high, they're squeezing Spurs with everything they have. There's a lot of space in behind. It's probably a deliberate thing from Fabian Hürzeler, because he knows that, you look at Solanke and you look at Kolo Muani, they're not slow necessarily, but they're also not blessed with pace. And I think he's looked at it and gone, I would back our centre-backs to beat them for pace, or to at least match them for pace. That's going to be a free kick to Brighton, edge of the box. Van Hecker. Oh, sorry, it was Van der Ven who chopped him down. Sorry, it wasn't Van Hecker. Ashley Lawrence, Darlington FC fan here. I want West Ham to go down instead. Noah Hammers fan, and he seems too smug. Van Hecker header, 1-0 is my prediction. Love that. Okay. Come on, Brighton, says Andy. And I hate United for not grabbing Conor Gallagher. I think Conor Gallagher is a really top player. Yeah, I like him a lot. I think he'd have done well at United. Certainly the type of player United need, isn't it? They need a player who's robust, physical, lots of energy, endless, boundless stamina, and has that little bit of quality as well. I feel like if Conor Gallagher gets the ball on the edge of the box, he can punish you, can't he? He can have a shot, and he can create. He's not a bad player at all. Do you know what? Conor Gallagher gets talked down in the same way that Jordan Henderson did in many ways. Like he's just a running machine, which is so not true. Good opportunity that for Brighton, but Spurs defending well. Oh, and then they give it away. Not good enough. United have lost their Martinez appeal, so we might see more tears. Do you know what? I'm astonished they even actually appealed that. Can you imagine United actually appealed that Hürzeler from Martinez on Calvert-Lewin on Monday night? How are they not get it's violent conduct, isn't it? So it's a 3-match ban. Absolutely right as well. Yeah, absolutely right. Michael Score's currently 0-0, 30 minutes on the clock. Not too many chances, though, in the game. It's still very much on a knife edge. Conor Gallagher walks. Funny, though, okay. Well, that's what Alex Ferguson said about Jordan Henderson, didn't he? Jordan Henderson, you have to watch with Jordan Henderson. We were going to sign him at United, but he's got a really odd running gait, which we think will cause him some issues later in his career. That's why Alex Ferguson didn't sign Jordan Henderson. Yeah, well, you missed out on a league and Champions League winning captain. I think Gallagher's best performance was with Chelsea and still wasn't enough. I like Conor Gallagher. It's another corner that for Brighton. It's gone behind. 31 minutes on the clock. Bissouma, don't know if he's maybe had his hand trodden on a little bit there, but every time I watch Bissouma recently, I watched him in the AFCON for Mali, and he's just a fraction of the player that we saw at Brighton. He's not that player anymore. He's still kind of boundless energy, and he can get about the pitch, and he's physical, but he just, every time I see him actually on the ball, he's dreadful. Really, really dreadful. Minter with a corner. Terrible corner. Cleared away at the near post. Brighton win it back. Back out to Minter. Cuts inside. Got to get the ball right here. Fabulous ball. Far post must be. Off the line. Off the line. Oh my God, how's that stayed out? How has that stayed out, Danny Welbeck? Oh, he's offside. Oh my God, you lucky, lucky boy. Hinchelwood and Welbeck so close to making that 1-0. Ball got whipped into the far post from Minter. Minter just about gets the ball in. As it comes in, he's onside. There's nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing. No, that would have been a goal. I promise you, if that goes in, it's a goal. Forget what the linesman says. That's a goal. Fabulous header back across goal. And Welbeck, oh, it's off his own man. Who's that on the line? Is it Van Hecker? It's not Van Hecker. Van der Ven, sorry. Van der Ven, he kicks it onto his own goal. He kicks it onto his own post. He's trying to clear it away, Van der Ven, and he kicks it onto his own post and then across his own goal line and out. Wow, that would have been a goal. So unlucky for Brighton. How did that stay out exactly? Brighton still driving forward, and Bissouma's going to get a yellow card for that. Such an obvious yellow card, dragged him back. So unnecessary. Andy Bissouma was better at Brighton, I agree, yeah. Didn't look offside at all. No, he didn't. He wasn't even close to offside. I don't know where the referee got that from. Brutus says Spurs go down. Gallagher will end up going to Everton. That'd be a good signing for Everton. Spurs are just about hanging on here, the way that we're going into half-time. There's 12 minutes to half-time plus injury time. Well, 11 minutes to half-time plus injury time. Pascal Gross has got a free kick here for Brighton. It's about 40 yards out. It's not within shooting range. It's going to be one that he crosses in. Just right of centre. Oh, that's a great ball. Welbeck. Good save from Kinski. Excellent ball in that from Pascal Gross. And now Spurs on the counter-attack. They get the ball out very quickly. Then they slow it down again. You're not going. This is the tiresome stuff from Spurs. You've got to get out of that. As soon as the ball gets rolled out, you've got to keep going forward. Too easy to turn around and pass it back and play it safe. It looks to me like a team just bereft of confidence. That's maybe the thing that De Zerbi's got to get into this Spurs side, is remind them that they are good players. Remind them that they are not a side who should be in a relegation battle, because they are. In my opinion, there's if Spurs were to go down, there'd be a lot of sides in the Premier League next year looking at their players. At Liverpool, I would gladly take Archie Gray, Bergvall, Kulusevski. There's loads of players I'd be delighted to have. Oh, that's a foul. That's a foul. I'd have Gallagher back at Chelsea. Fair enough. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I imagine that's the type of midfielder Chelsea need, isn't it? Again, bit of fight, bit of energy in that midfield. Definitely lacking it when Enzo Fernandez is in there. Yeah, that's Mats Vifa going down a bit too easy there. Spurs have lost any winning mentality, says Butch Jonah. Couldn't agree more with that, mate. Yeah, they've just been sapped of all confidence, haven't they? They're not bad players, but they're playing within themselves a little bit. They're too eager to pass backwards to play it safe. They don't want to try and play it forward in case it, goes out, or they pass it and lose it. And the fans then get on the back and groan, and it's that what players hate more than anything, and that's why it causes them to start playing slowly. and backwards. Take your time with it. Van der Ven is a prima donna. Spurs now on the counter-attack, though. Good run. That should be a foul, and I think it will be a yellow card as well. Yep, yellow card. Mats Wiefer. Both teams booked at the minute. Aid open. How are the lads? Not a great result for Newcastle today. Joe Talks Footy. Do you think Spurs will stay up? I do, mate, yes. Still think Spurs will stay up. I think my decision is very much hinging on this game, though. I will say that. I think the more and more I'm watching Spurs, I won't change my mind that they've got quality, but I think they are lacking confidence. They're desperately lacking in confidence. And when a team is lacking in confidence, they make decisions that are uncharacteristic. They make decisions that are, like I said, safe. They play backwards, they don't play forwards. They play slower, they don't play faster. They second guess themselves. And that is, in a relegation battle, that is deadly. City of Northfield, you just know Man United are going to end up with Baleba. And do you know what? If you do, then that will prove everything about just how Brighton work. Because they said no to 80 million last summer. It'll be intriguing to see just how much they get this summer for him. Because I think Baleba will go this summer. He doesn't want to stay at Brighton. I think they kept him last summer kind of out of principle. You threw your toys out the pram. There's no way we're selling you now. Doesn't matter. Unless someone's going to pay a ridiculous fee, there's no way we're selling you now. So I can understand them keeping him. But I don't think United will pay 100 million this summer for Baleba. And I'm not even sure United would pay 80 million for Baleba this summer. Do you? Do you think that? John Devlin, come on, Key, start supporting Arsenal. Listen, at the minute, I think I'm one of the more positive people on Arsenal, believe it or not. I've got this reputation as some sort of Arsenal hater. I think when you ask most people who's going to win the league, the vast majority of them at the minute still seem to be Man City. Even Arsenal fans, even the great Ian Wright is thinking, oh, it's in! Go on, Spurs! Yeah! What a goal that is! It's Pedro Porro coming forward from right back, and Zerbi fist bumps the crowd. There you go, Spurs. Relegation battle. What relegation battle? Spurs are going to be out of it. I'm telling you, they're staying up, these. They are staying up. They're out of the relegation zone as it stands. West Ham go back in. 1-0 up, bang on half-time. 6 minutes to go. The worst time to concede if you're an opposition team. Tottenham with a goal. Absolutely brilliant ball. Was it Xavi Simons who crossed it in? And Pedro Porro just beats the goalkeeper to it. I think you'd have to look at Verbruggen here. Question marks over the goalkeeper. The ball comes out, and I think it is Xavi Simons. This is sensational from Xavi Simons. Absolutely incredible. Big question marks over Verbruggen, the Brighton goalkeeper. Comes out, punches fresh air, gets nothing on it. Absolutely shocking. A howler from Verbruggen. But a great goal and an absolutely sensational ball from Xavi Simons, who's another player, a young player, who's got a lot of stick in the Premier League this season. He will be a top signing for Spurs in future. He's a very, very talented player. Great ball there. Great header from Porro. Brave header. Just what you need. And Spurs are in front. That's a big goal. That's a very, very big goal. Very poor defending, yes, I will acknowledge that. But a very, very big goal. Horrific from Verbruggen, but what a goal. I Am Crute says, if Brighton can get 50 million for Baleba, that's probably a fair deal. He has a high ceiling. I don't think they'd accept 50 million for him. How much would you pay for Baleba? I don't know who you support in the chat. Let's say you're a United fan or you're a Spurs fan, if you're a Chelsea fan, an Arsenal fan, a Liverpool fan like me. How much would you pay for Carlos Baleba? I'll be honest, if Liverpool signed Baleba for 100 million or 80 million or 60 million, I'd be devastated. Spurs are in again. Go on, lad. Off the post. Must be. Oh, no. Oh, no. How's that stayed out? Xavi Simons hits the post. Oh, Spurs should have been out of sight. It could have been 2-0 in 2 minutes. Absolutely incredible football down the right-hand side from Spurs. He's onside. There's no question of that at all. It's a great run down the left-hand side. Nothing wrong with that. Brilliant ball in to Xavi Simons. Xavi Simons cuts in. Oh, Solanke. That's sensational. Xavi Simons with a great touch, great effort. That would have been different class. Different class. Nearly 2. Golden side. Never mind, it looked like 1 for a second. 50 to 60 million max after this season. Yeah, I think if you paid 60 million for Baleba, I still think you've overpaid. Porro whips it in. Oh, Verbruggen gets a big punch on that one that time. And that's a foul, ref. That's a foul, ref. That is a foul, ref. How are you not giving that? How are you not giving that? Oh, my goodness me. He's not giving that. You absolute night. This is shocking. Solanke does so well. Xavi Simons is running the show today, I must say. Couple of brilliant moments from Xavi Simons in this game in the last few minutes. He's come alive, the young man. Trax Tom says, I'm a United fan. 60 million max this season scares me. In what sense? This season, do you mean Baleba's season this year? He's definitely... I think you have to acknowledge that he is a player who's playing, not just within himself, but he's playing at a team he doesn't want to be at. And that 1% drop in input can maybe just be a big factor. He was very good last season, and I think there is a player there, but I'm not sure I would want to pay 50 to 60 million for that. Yeah, no, I'm not sure. I'm not bought on it. Ace, it's pronounced Simons. Not in this house, it isn't, mate. It's pronounced Xavi Simons where I'm from. Same way as it's pronounced Bruno Fernandes. It ain't Bruno Fernandes. There's absolutely no way I'm calling him Bruno Fernandes. You can get in the bin. Ownership have been floating him ever since the miss last goal. There must have been a gentleman's agreement to get him the off-season and they won't come off it. Hilarious seeing De Zerbi's reactions to that near goal. They should have absolutely killed it there, Spurs. Pete Greenall, I'd pay 40 to 45 million for Baleba, and Swifty, he could end up at Spurs. Yeah, he could follow a similar path to Bissouma, couldn't he? Bissouma would be another one who kind of... How much did Spurs end up paying for him? Was it about 40 to 50 million for Bissouma? I think he's kind of heading down that path, isn't he? He's not quite a Moish Caicedo. He's more of a Bissouma. I think he's probably better than Bissouma, but not quite as good as Caicedo. If we're talking about ex-Brighton, number 6s kind of thing. Baleba is a lot on the Caicedo Bissouma scale. He's about in the middle. I think he's not quite as bad as Bissouma, but he's nowhere near as good as Caicedo, is he? It's pronounced Leviosa, not Leviosa. I only found out today, by the way. Do you know if you say if you've got whatever phone you've got? Do you know if you say hey SIRI, right? If you say that into your phone and then you go Lumos, your light comes on. Did you know that? I didn't know that. I only found it out today. City of Northville, but if he is doing all this drop-off because he doesn't like the side, is that an attitude United really need? Amorim finally got rid of these personalities. I mean, yeah, that is a fair question as well. It's 5 minutes of added on time at the end of this half. Spurs delighted with the result. Could have very nearly been Brighton in front earlier on, but Spurs have turned it round and probably should be 2-0 up themselves. So, it's been a great first half in many ways. The end to the first half has been very good. Oh, Van der Ven, what are you doing here, lad? Actually, you've done really well there, actually. Oh, Van der Ven, we'll sign you for that. Oh, why did they play him back in there? That was incredible from Mickey Van der Ven. See, if Liverpool get that version of Mickey Van der Ven, I'll take him. He's incredible. He's a game changer. But there was parts of that move there where I was like, oh, what are you doing? Just clear it away, clear it away. And he just ran through about 4 or 5 Brighton players there. Roxy Mannix LA. The only time you are excited watching a game, it's always doom and gloom. The only time you're excited watching a game. What are you talking about? I get excited. Mate, I was watching Blackburn Coventry last night. I was absolutely excited. I was maybe too excited. But it was a great game. I loved it. It was fantastic. I get excited every game. Apart from, like, genuine dour 0-0s. We've had some bad ones of them as well. Looks like he's got that druggy face. Just say Fernandes and not Fernandez. Nah, I like saying Fernandez. Creek says 2-1 to Spurs, my prediction. Okay. Going to be a big defensive midfielder shift this season. Baleba, Tonali, Guimaraes, Casemiro at least. See, do you know what? That's a little bit hypocritical from me there, isn't it? Because I just said Bruno Guimaraes, which that would betray what I said earlier, right? Maybe I think I need to think about that, don't I? I think I need to do some work on myself there a little bit. Oh my God, what a goal! Oh my goodness me! Mitoma, just before half-time. This is sensational. Oh, what a goal this is. No chance at all. Absolutely no chance at all for Kinski. This is an absolute worldie. Stood up to the far post. And Mitoma has just rattled it in on the... Was it a volley? Was it a half volley? Maybe looked more like a half volley. But a roof of the net strike. It reminded me a little bit... I don't know if there's any fans of Liverpool who'll remember Robbie Fowler's goals against Fulham when he was a teenager. Robbie Fowler's very first Liverpool goals were away at Fulham, playing against Jim Stannard. That was exactly that goal. Ball gets played over to the far right-hand side. And Mitoma there, just bang. What a goal that is. Fucking hell. What a goal. That is an absolute screamer from Mitoma. Goodness gracious me. And now it's game on again. I said 2-1, didn't I? I did say 2-1 to Teaching Tony. I don't know if you're still in the chat, mate, but I said 2-1, and now both teams to score. We're still very much on for that. Yeah, it was a bad time for Brighton to concede, and it's now an even worse time for Spurs to concede. Bit like Suarez against Norwich. Too young for Fowler. No, not quite. It wasn't really Suarez against... I don't know. I'm trying to remember another Liverpool goal recently that it was like. Oh, Mitoma. Must be. Oh, big chance now. Spurs on the counter. If they can get away. No, Van Hecker gets it out. It's the Jose thing that winds me up. You want to get out more, mate. Mitoma works hard, tons of energy. If it wasn't for an injury, he'd be a good pickup. And EF2377X, I think there'll be a red card. This match is very tense. It is, yeah. It has been on a bit of a knife edge, this game, hasn't it? It's definitely been a bit of a... First 30 minutes, we haven't really seen too much going on in the game. And then just a spark, just a couple of big chances for Spurs. They put one of them away, and obviously Brighton come back alive as well. But, yeah, they're now driving forward. Brighton could... Oh, we're going into half-time now. There's only 10 seconds left of the half. This has been a really good half of football. And it leads us nicely into Chelsea v Man United tonight. I've got a lot riding on that as a Liverpool fan. I'm really enjoying watching footy at the minute. So Chelsea against United tonight. I'm going to be live for that. If you've not already, hit like and subscribe. Roxy Mannix, if Mitoma's goal was against Liverpool, I bet you would be asking for a VAR check. I honestly enjoy watching you crying for VAR. I'm glad you enjoy watching, Roxy. Madhouse says, I speak Portuguese, Key. Obrigado. Teacher Tony, Key, up at support $12 for an original 10 investment. You're the man. Both teams already scored. Thanks for the free entertainment, mates. Right, well, here we go. Halftime quiz, courtesy of Welsh Wing incoming. Let me get me notepad. Here we go. Halftime quiz. What's your halftime quiz? Name the 21 managers who have at some point managed in the Champions League and the Championship. Sweet Lord. 21 managers who have at some point in their career managed in the Champions League and the Championship. Right. Eddie Howe. Champions League and Championship. Champions League and Championship. Obrigado, okay, absolutely. Surely it's in your best interest to root for United tonight. No, not at all. Not at all. Let me just fix the timer. I've just realised the timer's still going. Right, yeah, halftime quiz. Halftime quiz, courtesy of Welshwing. Name the 21 managers who have at some point in their career managed in the Championship and the Champions League. Ranieri. Has Ranieri managed in the Championship? Perhaps he has. Ranieri. Marco Silva, possibly. Michael Carrick. Lampard is one of them. Carrick's not. Nah, Carrick's defo not. Benitez. Did Benitez? Yeah, Benitez has, definitely. Don't know if he did. He definitely managed Champions League, obviously. Benitez, Lampard, Ranieri, Eddie Howe. Rafinha doesn't count this season, but yes is one. Okay, Rafinha's another one. Okay. Trying to think of English managers. I bet Harry Redknapp has at some point. Marco Silva is right. Has Harry Redknapp at some point? Roberto Di Matteo. Yeah, Di Matteo probably has. Roberto Di Matteo. Carrick in his first season. But he's never managed in the Champions League, Carrick, has he? Maresca, yeah, Maresca is definitely one. Mark Hughes. Mark Hughes. Harry Redknapp, nice. Okay, we got that one right. Harry Redknapp and Di Matteo. Okay, so Di Matteo, Harry Redknapp. Farker hasn't, I don't think. Mark Hughes, I don't think he'd have... Oh, he would. City. Did City... Was it City in the Champions League under Mark Hughes? I'm not counting Carrick. No, I wouldn't have had Carrick either. Alonso's not managing the Championship. Mark Hughes is an interesting one. Martin O'Neill. Has Martin O'Neill managed in the Championship? Again, I don't think so. Did we say Ranieri's right? So far, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, Hughes isn't. Okay, not Mark Hughes. Okay, right. Brendan Rodgers. Yeah, Brendan Rodgers is definitely up there. Correct. That's a certainty. Brendan Rodgers is right. Scott Parker hasn't managed in the Champions League, no. But Graham Potter. Graham Potter might have done. No, Graham Potter wouldn't have done. Graham Potter wouldn't have done. He's not managed in the Championship and in the Champions League, has he? O'Neill never in the... Yeah, Martin O'Neill's managed in the Champions League. He managed Celtic. Martin O'Neill definitely managed in the Championship. In the Champions League. But I'm not sure about the Championship. Russell Martin. Yeah, Russell Martin with Rangers, of course he would have done. Yeah, Russell Martin's definitely one. Steve McLaren. Do you know what? Steve McLaren might well be. Steve McLaren at AZ Alkmaar. Company is right. Company. Pochettino, not Poch. No, I don't think Poch would. Scott Parker's managed in the Champions League. Has he? With who? Who's Scott Parker managed in the Champions League? When's Scott Parker managed? Have I got something well wrong here? When did Scott Parker manage in the Champions League? Oh, he has as well. He was Club Brugge manager. Of course he has. Oh, yeah. Well, then, yeah. Scott Parker definitely managed in the Champions League with Club Brugge, right? Yeah. They reached the last 16 of the... Oh, of course. Yeah. Scott Parker's right. Of course he is. And Potter. I didn't think Graham Potter would have been. So Scott Parker, Graham Potter, Company, Russell Martin, Brendan Rodgers, Redknapp, Maresca, Di Matteo, Marco Silva, Rafinha, Benitez, Lampard, Ranieri, and Howe. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So there's another 8, right? Yeah. I honestly didn't think he would have done. As Steve McLaren. What about Steve McLaren? I didn't even think about that. That's fair enough. Yeah, what about Steve McLaren? Could he be one? Big Sam Allardyce. Sam Allardyce didn't manage in the Champions League, did he? David Moyes with United. Yes, David Moyes would be. Of course he would, yeah. Moyes is a certainty. He's managed with United in the Champions League, and he's managed with he obviously managed Preston, of course. Eddie Howe's one. Steve McLaren is one, yeah. Okay. So McLaren. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 6 left to get, right? 6 to go. Roy Hodgson. Pardew. No, I don't think either of those would have done. Struggling now. I'm trying to think of Champions League teams. Brian Clough, Bobby Robson, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, surely. Did Ole manage in the Championship? Oh, he did, didn't he? Of course he did, yeah. Solskjaer, of course. Solskjaer's one. I think he is, anyway. Is he? Is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer one? I'm really not sure. If you've just joined us, by the way, we are doing the top 21, or rather, not even the top 21. There have been 21, or sorry, 22, it's been changed now. 22 managers who have managed at some point in their career in the Championship and in the Champions League. Yeah, no, Solskjaer isn't one. He'd never managed in the Championship with Cardiff. He was, yeah, it's definitely not him. No, Ole's not managed in the Championship. Ole has not managed in the Championship. He managed Cardiff, but not in the Championship. And then he went to Molde, Man United. Since then, he's done nothing Championship related. No, he's not. No, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is not right. Was Nagelsmann in the Championship once? No, absolutely not. Bobby Robson, Chris Halton, no. Frank Lampard is correct. So far, the ones we've got, by the way, the 21, 22 managers who have managed in the Championship and in the Champions League at some point in their career is Eddie Howe, Ranieri, Lampard, Benitez, Rossigna, Marco Silva, Di Matteo, Enzo Maresca, Harry Redknapp, Brendan Rodgers, Russell Martin, Vincent Kompany, Scott Parker, Graham Potter, David Moyes, and Steve McLaren. Oh, yeah, of course. Roy Hodgson now, yeah. Absolute numpty, of course, yeah. He's in the Championship now. It is Hodgson. It has to be Hodgson now. That's a more recent one, because he's obviously Bristol City manager at the moment. So, Roy Hodgson is correct. Ange hasn't managed in the Championship, has he? Thomas Frank. Yeah, Thomas Frank is correct. Both of those right. Yeah, Thomas Frank is correct. Sorry, good shout, Ryan. Taylor? What Taylor? Taylor who? What Taylor are we talking about? Stuart Taylor? I'm trying to think of which Taylor we're on about here. Yeah, Solskjaer never managed in the Championship with Cardiff. So he's definitely not him. Are there any managers who've just come up? I'm struggling here. Djukanovic. I'm sure Ollie managed Cardiff for the handle of it. No, he got relegated and they sacked him at the end of the season, Angry Scotsman. Yeah, he got relegated and they sacked him. Rock bottom. Key is cheating. How am I cheating? How am I cheating? According to this, someone said Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and I said I didn't think Solskjaer did. And on Wikipedia it says Ole Gunnar Solskjaer departed. Oh, hey, I apologise. Hey, see how cocky and confident I was then? Because it literally said he went at the end of the season. They finished 20th and then he departed. But I didn't read the bit that he said he left on the 18th of September. So he did manage 2 months. I stand corrected. I apologise. It's very cocky and confident there, wasn't I? Solskjaer is right. So Solskjaer, Frank, Hodgson, McLaren, Moyes, Potter, Parker, Company, Martin, Rodgers, Redknapp, Maresca, Di Matteo, Marco Silva, Rossinha, Benitez, Lampard, Ranieri, Eddie Howe. Couple left, right? Danny Roll. Maybe Danny Roll. Has Danny Roll managed in the Champions League? Would he have done? Maybe he would have done. I don't think they managed in the Champions League, did he, at Rangers? I don't think they ever did the Europa League, didn't they? Yeah, I don't think he ever did manage in the Champions League at Rangers. I'm almost certain I mean, I guess in the qualifying rounds, but only in the qualifying rounds. Yeah, not Roll, Europa League. How many have we got left to go, says Ryan Bridgman? I think we've got 3 by my reckoning, Welsh Wing. Is that right? 3 left to go. Tim Sherwood, Pellegrini. We've got Graham Potter. So far, if you've just joined us, we are doing our halftime quiz. Great quiz for by Welsh Wing. And it is the 22 managers, I'm guessing. 22 managers who have, at some point in their career, managed in the Champions League and the Championship. And so far, we have Eddie Howe, we have Ranieri, Lampard, Benitez, Liam Rossinha, Marco Silva, Di Matteo, Maresca, Harry Redknapp, Brendan Rodgers, Russell Martin, Vincent Kompany, Scott Parker, Graham Potter, David Moyes, Steve McLaren, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Roy Hodgson, and Thomas Frank. Unai Emery's not managing the Championship, not as far as I'm aware. Angry Scotsman, have we said Dalglish? And would he even count since it wasn't the Championship when he won it with Blackburn? No, I don't think it would. Souness. Has Souness managed in the Championship? Again, I don't think it... No, I don't think it would have been Souness. Trying to think of other managers who'll have managed in the Champions League at some point in their career. I don't think Roy Evans ever did. Trying to think if he ever maybe. No, he wouldn't have done, would he? Maybe Roberto Martinez. Could Roberto Martinez be one? He's kind of managed more at international level, hasn't he, recently, Roberto Martinez? Right, here we go. We're about to kick off for the second half, so we're going to have to wrap the quiz up fairly quickly. Did Ranieri manage in the Championship? Allegedly so. I'll give you the rest since we're at the second half. Bilic, Clement, Strachan, McLeish, Koku, and Julian Stephen. Didn't even know the last one. Bilic, Clement, Strachan, McLeish. Bilic, Clement, Strachan, McLeish, Koku. And Julian Stephen. Whoever that is. Good shout. Well done, everyone. Thank you very much, as always. Welshing for the quiz. Really appreciate that, mate. And a very, very good quiz again it was. You are keeping true to form. Excellent work. Right, we're off for the second half here at Tottenham. 45 minutes, nearly 46 minutes on the clock. Claude Puel. Claude Puel could be a good shout. I bet he's maybe one as well. America and Iran would have never solved that quiz. They'd have still been at it now, wouldn't they? We'd have never got our petrol and fuel and diesel that we're so desperate for. It's absolutely shocking the amount of fuel stations, by the way, that are running out of fuel. Absolutely laughable, isn't it? The amount of places you go into and it's like, no fuel. Gotta go somewhere else, buddy. It's like when you go KFC and they say we've run out of chicken. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Julian Stephen is the current QPR manager. I couldn't even have told you that. Genuinely didn't even. I've not even watched anywhere near as much of QPR as I should this season. Claude Puel never in the Championship. Interesting. Leeds manager should work. Which one are we talking about? Daniel Farker. Oh, unlucky. I was driving and seeing a number plate, and the last 3 letters was key. The last 3 letters was key. I might have to buy that number plate then. No, the one from Argentina. Oh, Bielsa. I don't think Bielsa managed in the Champions League, did he? I think he was at Marseille for a bit, and he was at Bilbao for a bit, wasn't he? I think they were both Europa League at the time. Yeah, I think they were both. As far as I can remember, I don't think they were in the Champions League when he was managing them. They were going through a bit of an hard time, if I remember. Marseille and Bilbao. I mean, they could have been. Maybe they did. As far as I can remember, I don't think he would have played in the Champions League, Bielsa. At 26, it's the first time in 9 years I'm glad I can't afford to drive. Oh, Brighton in the area, edge of the box, big chance, strike, good block, cleared away by Spurs, just about. Now Mitoma's having a great game since he's come on, stood up to the far post, and it's going to be a corner kick, I think. How's that stayed out? How has that stayed out? It's not. It's definitely a corner. Wow. Okay. Good strike. Spurs 1, Brighton 1. 49 minutes on the clock. Brighton corner. This is where Spurs have been vulnerable this season. Right-footed, in-swinger, far post, headed back in, and Spurs just about get it away now, and it's going to be chased down by Conor Gallagher, and I tell you what, we had to be very, very good there to get it away. Brighton have done very well to get out as well, and that's going to be a foul and a free kick. Conor Gallagher giving it away. We've had this question before, but I think it's worth asking. How many Spurs players do you think, if they were to get relegated, how many Spurs players do you think would stick it out with Spurs? How many would stay in the Championship? It's also interesting to note, by the way, that Roberto Zerbi said himself this week, when he got asked around the time he got appointed, if Spurs get relegated, will you stay at the club? Will you still be manager? And he said, yes, 100%. I will still be manager next season, wherever we are. But he's kind of reined that back in a little bit, hasn't he? Because he said, well, my where I'll be next season will be dependent on my relationship with the Tottenham board. So he's kind of changed his tune a little bit on that, hasn't he? He has kind of reined it back in. Spurs are doing Spursy stuff now. They're starting to look a little bit, weary after that second half. Whatever De Zerbi has said to them at half-time has not sent them back out all guns blazing. Jellyfish, they will all want to leave, but who would buy them? I think there's a lot of players that United would take at Spurs, and there's a lot of players that Liverpool would take. Quite a lot of players that a lot of top six teams would take at Spurs. They're not a bad side in terms of individual players. There's a couple of bad eggs, but there's a lot of individual quality in that Spurs side. Oh, great run by Mawani. Strike. Oh, it's cleared away. Back in and out for a throw-in. Maybe at least 3 defenders will leave. And Stacey, if they're loyal, they should stay. Yeah, I mean, listen, you would imagine... I think if you've got integrity, as a footballer, you might look at it and go, well, it was... I played a big part in getting them here. I should do my bit to get them out of it. But you're a long time retired as a footballer, aren't you? You've only really got 10 to 12 years at the top end of football. So it's maybe understandable that you might want to sort of say to yourself, well, actually, there's no real loyalty in football. If I had a dip in form, I don't think they'd say, oh, we'll keep you because you looked after us when you were playing well. Football's a ruthless sport, isn't it? So players will always look after themselves and clubs will always look after themselves. It's very rare you see a club acting in the interests of the player over itself. Shahid Key, who would you buy from the Spurs squad if they go down? I would 1,000,000% like at Liverpool. I would take Van der Ven. I'm not sure I would be absolutely bowled over if we signed him, but I think he's a solid Premier League defender. He's got bags of pace. I think he could be an asset for Liverpool. So I wouldn't mind Van der Ven. I think injuries is maybe a question mark with him, but I like him. I really like Lucas Bergvall. Lucas Bergvall's very good. I think there's a wonderful player in Archie Gray as well. If Kulusevski is fit, I think he's one of the best players in the Premier League. I'll go that far. I think James Maddison. I mean, we've got Florian Wirtz. We don't need him. But I think if James Maddison is available and fit, I don't know if there's too many sides at the top end of the table who would say no to a fit James Maddison. Chelsea would take him. I think United absolutely would take him to replace Bruno Fernandes. He is exactly the sort of player that would work at United. He's a better version of Mason Mount, in my opinion. I think Arsenal would take him. I know he's a Spurs player, but I genuinely think Maddison's better than Odegaard. I think lots of them go. Yeah. Jellyfish, you're taking the Mickey. Van der Ven, absolute weak and a liability. No, he's not. Listen, Romero and Van der Ven, as a central defensive pairing, are very good, but I feel like the reason that Spurs have been so poor defensively has been their midfield in front of them. They've just had no protection. It's kind of the same reason that Van Dijk and Kanate have got a lot of stick this season for Liverpool. The issue isn't really our defence, it's the midfield in front. Midfield in front has been shocking. Archie Gray and Matthijs Tel about to come on for Spurs. Mount is hit and miss, to be honest. Yeah, I agree. I'd have Simmons and Porro at LFC for sure. Porro, I'm not sure about Pedro Porro. Xavi Simmons or Simons, whatever, he's not... I don't see how you could fit him and Florian Wirtz in. So I think it's Florian Wirtz. I don't think you can. I think Florian Wirtz is a much better version of Xabi Simons. So I wouldn't swap the two. Shadow Ninja New, I hope if Tottenham go down that Coventry get Maddison. That's maybe not beyond the realms of possibility, yeah, if Tottenham were to go down, but I still don't see that happening. Be interesting if they did, though. Imagine if Coventry managed to get him. In the area. Oh, claim for the penalty again. Oh, he didn't really claim there, Gallagher. He went down, he kind of had a look at the ref, but let's just see, as he gets in to the area. Oh, it's a dive. It's a dive. Do you know what? It's a dive. He knows it's a dive. He's waiting for the touch. He's waiting for the connection. And it doesn't come. Doesn't come. Oxymanics Maddison. The guy plays like he's wearing Vans canvases. He's a great player though, isn't he? James Maddison's an absolutely top player. And his numbers back it up, but he's a really good player. E. Montero, what you telling me, bro? Big up Premier League dad. Good to see you, man. How's it going? Good to see you. Lots of love. What are you thinking for this game? Who are you supporting? What score do you think it'll be? Adam Key, did you have Leeds going down a few weeks ago? I said before the United game, not even just a few weeks ago. I literally said like Monday night before the United game kicked off. I said I think Leeds could get dragged into it. And I said, I think Nottingham Forest are my next favourite. So if Leeds don't, then it's Forest. I said, but I still think Leeds are going to get dragged into it. And then they've won back-to-back games against United and Wolves. They've breezed it. They've done really well in both games. So I got that completely wrong. I didn't say they'd go down, but I said I still think they'll be dragged into it. And yeah, totally wrong. Leeds winning back-to-back games. They've done well. Fair play to them. So yeah, I'm now on the Nottingham Forest are going down train. Which, given my track record, 3-star might be pleased about that because I've got him wrong before, so maybe that's a good sign. E. Montero says, I think 2-1 Brighton full time. That guy Welbs bags. Danny Welbs. Derek, hello Key. Are you watching the United game today? I am indeed, sir. Yes. Yeah. I'm live for Chelsea United straight after this one. Shahid, are you looking forward to tomorrow's Merseyside derby and City v Arsenal? Can't tell you how nervous I am for it, mate. No. I will be live for them, but I'm so nervous. Don't really know what to expect. Fair play, geez. Are you a Spurs fan? I'm not. No, I'm a Liverpool fan. I'm a Liverpool fan, but this is what we do. Every single day we watch games of football together on this channel. You'll find all different types of football fans in the chat. And that's why it's a different type of channel. It's not a Liverpool channel or an Arsenal channel or a United fan channel or a Chelsea fan channel where you just hear the same opinions and echo chamber nonsense. Here you'll get your views challenged by other fans and we'll talk in the chat. And it's good fun. It's all good fun. We'll banter each other when we lose and we'll take the mick when we win. It's all good. Adam says, Vitor Pereira has Forest playing decent and I trust Nuno to lead West Ham to safety. So you're still fully thinking that it's Spurs at the minute. I said that if Spurs were to lose this one, then I might start thinking that they're in trouble. I really think they need to get something here. I'm a United fan too and he doesn't hate me. Yeah, no, I absolutely don't. I absolutely don't. No, I don't hate anyone, mate. We just have good fun. We have a bit of banter. Don't get me wrong. When United get beat tonight, I'll laugh at you. And then tomorrow you can probably come and laugh at me when Everton beat Liverpool. I'm sure there'll be plenty of Arsenal fans laughing at me if they beat City. Big up you lot, calm community. And Gal says, who's winning tomorrow between City and the Scum? I'm going to sit on the fence and say a draw. I'm picking splinters out my bum. I'm that set on the fence. I think it's going to be a draw. I can't see City destroying Arsenal. They've played so badly recently, Arsenal. But I think when they organise defensively, they're as good as anyone at sitting and being resilient and robust. And I think they might just eke out a draw. Especially if they score. If Arsenal score and go a goal in front, which I think might happen, then I think it's going to finish 1-1. I'm calling 1-1 now. Arsenal to score first. Ethan, how's it going, lad? If Spurs go down, where do you think Simons would go? I think he'd probably leave on loan. Spurs would be reluctant to sell him. They would probably let him leave on loan on the understanding that if we get promoted back up to the Prem, you're going to come back to us. So they might be willing to let him, and that might be the approach that Spurs take, is we don't want to lose all our assets. We want to keep them. Because if we sell him, then we've got to go and buy them all again when we go back up to the Prem. So I think Spurs' plan would be, let's keep the great players we've got. We've spent a lot of money to get them. Let's try and send them out on loan to clubs that will pay their wages for the year, so we don't have to kind of lose too much money on them. I think you'll find a lot of clubs willing to do that. And if Spurs come straight back up, those players come back to Spurs. That would make a lot of sense, wouldn't it? That means Spurs can focus on signing players for a championship battle, and they would still have maybe 10 players out on loan that they can bring straight back in if they get promoted back to the Prem. In what world do Arsenal bag they had one shot on target in the whole match against Sporting? Listen, they're still a good side, Arsenal. As much as I take the mick out of them, they're still a good side, and they will still give City a game. But apparently they're on about starting Max Darman tomorrow, you know. Apparently Max Darman starts. How's that going to work? Shahid, can you see Arsenal beating Atletico in the Champions League semi-final? Yeah, I think it is going to be. I think it's going to be PSG-Arsenal final. And I think PSG will wipe the floor with them. Yeah. Spurs' best defender is at Hamburg. Vuskovic is that. Luka Vuskovic. Do you think we'll win the David Dickinson Stadium tomorrow, Key? Yes, I do, mate. I do. I think Liverpool beat Everton tomorrow. I'm still nervous for it. I always am with Merseyside derbies and United games. I always am. Those are the two games I dread. But yeah, we beat them earlier this season, so I'm sure we can do it again. We've picked up more points than Everton have in the last 10 games, and this is Liverpool apparently at their absolute worst, so I'm sure we'll be fine. Enzo Fernandez is back in the Chelsea squad, by the way. I don't know if you've seen that. Enzo Fernandez back in the Chelsea squad for tonight's United game. What does that mean for him? If Arsenal is a good side to you, bro, you don't know ball. Egregious footy from those lot at times. No, listen, when I say good at football, they are very, very good at football. Of course they are. I'm not saying they play good football, because they don't. They play dreadful football. But they are arguably the most effective side in football, I would say. Dreadful going forward, but I would argue they are the most effective at what they do. Their style of play is not for everyone. I certainly don't like it. It's a horrible style of play to watch. It has to be effective. Otherwise, I think the fans would turn on Arteta, and they kind of already are, aren't they? So yeah, style of play, I agree. They're not pretty on the eye, but they're a very effective side. You've got to give them the credit. They are where they are in the league and have been up at the top end for many, many years. Boca Juniors v River and Copa del Rey final tomorrow as well. I know, do you know what? Should we do Boca and River? Should we do it? Would anyone be up for that in the chat? If I was to do Boca Juniors v River Plate tomorrow night, would anyone be up for that? I feel like that's a new. We've already done a Vélez Sarsfield game. I think was it Vélez Sarsfield against Independiente? We did the Argentina Primera Liga, but we've never done a River and Boca game. 9:30 tomorrow night it is, UK time. It's a bit of a later kickoff, but we could do it. P.S. I don't think Darman starts. Arteta ain't smart enough. Smart enough? You think he should start? Or CG, are you one of these who thinks Rio and Gamoa should be starting every game? Oh, goodness me. Anyone got a time machine? Oh, Joe, what's happened? Yellow card here for Tottenham. Who's getting a booking? Is it Van der Ven? No, it's Danzo. Kevin Danzo's been booked. Mitoma played it through. Welbeck with a little flick on, and Mitoma just gets bodied by Danzo there. 100%. What time, though? It's, I think it's a 9:30. Let me just clarify. I think it is a 9:30 start tomorrow night. Let's see. 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock kickoff. It's a 9 o'clock kickoff. River Plate v Boca Juniors. The ultimate in derbies in world football. It would be a first for us as a channel. I think that would be great fun. Does anyone fancy it? It'd be a different type of game, but listen, we're doing 3 games tomorrow. If that would be the case, we would be doing Everton, Liverpool, City, Arsenal, River Plate, Boca. That is a hat trick of games, isn't it? Your whole chat would turn Spanish key. Bueno! E. Montero, Rio is class, bro. If you don't think he should be starting for you guys, bro, have a word. No, he shouldn't be starting for us, mate, because he's 17. And when you start players regularly at 17, their bodies break down 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years later. It's what we're seeing repeatedly with so many players. So, as much as he might be good to start now, like, yes, he's a good player. If you start him, you will break him. That's why he shouldn't start now. That's why we have to be mega careful with him, because he's still a kid. He's not an adult. He's a kid playing in an adult's game, and you have to be very careful with that. Welbeck, cleared away. Got to be very careful, otherwise he will get injuries, recurrent muscle injuries later in his career. It's happened to so many players. Felt more toxic than the relegation seasons. Really that bad, Joe? When I saw that you were playing Bournemouth, I did think that is you're going to lose again, aren't you? that's a bogey side for Newcastle, and then to lose in the last 5 minutes is a bad one. Lucky F and Ducky. Hi, Key, United fan, but enjoy your call during the neutral. Sorry if asked 100 times. Do you prefer between City or Gunners? I prefer City to win the league. I prefer City because of the style of play. I don't have anything against either club, though. I'm a Liverpool fan. As far as City are concerned, I've always kind of thought the enemy of my enemy is my friend. And yeah, United don't like Liverpool. They don't like City. So for that reason, I kind of always quite liked City. Plus, my hero, Robbie Fowler, played for City. I always thought Liverpool and City... I mean, listen, it's still Liverpool and Manchester, so we don't love each other, but I always quite liked Manchester City when they were in the Championship. I had a Manchester City shirt. Spurs in the area. Big chance here. Oh, edge of the box. Gotta hit it. What are you doing? Oh, cleared away by Verbruggen. Oh, so close. 3-star, I'm up for some argy-bargy football. And are you finally starting to think that Tottenham are going to get relegated? No, I'm not. No, I still believe. I am still a believer as far as Spurs are concerned. And they've just had a big chance there again. I think they're staying up. I think Spurs are staying up. Slot is talking about sending Rio on loan this season. Yeah, I would too as well. E. Montero, tell Lamin and Pedri that. Yeah, well, Lamin Yamal's had massive issues, hasn't he? Trent Alexander-Arnold, massive issues. Bukayo Saka, people are talking about burnout with him now as well. There's loads of players, absolutely loads of players who have got that sort of a problem. Jadon Danns, Cade Gordon, young players who've been at Liverpool. This is why we're taking such care with Rio Ngamoa, because we've seen it with quality young players in recent years playing at a young age and breaking down with muscle. You've got to be careful with them. Be very careful with them. Just bring Mourinho, please. Wow, he's that sort of manager we need. E. Montero, if Liverpool keep Slot and loan out Rio, I want you lot relegated after Spurs. Well, that's absolutely your right, but I promise you, we absolutely will keep Slot. Maybe we will keep Rio as well, but we definitely will be keeping Slot, and he should be as well. CG says, look at Arsenal and Saka. Saka's not even 25, and he's basically finished. He's not the same player, is he? What's Sarah? Sorry, what are we after, Sarah? Let me just see it. I didn't see what Sarah had said. Slot is talking about... Oh, sorry. Thank you, Sarah. I didn't even see what you'd requested. I thought it was maybe something else about... Maybe a marathon or sharing a... I don't know. I'm sorry. Thank you for that. Michael Owen. Yeah, Michael Owen's another example. Samash, are you a Liverpool fan? I am indeed, mate. Yes. Arne Slot, 1,000,000% will be a Liverpool manager next season, and I am very much glad that that's the case. Why do I feel like Liverpool fans are going to honour the 11 and 20 minute? The 11 and 20 minute? I don't know what that means. Yeah, don't know what that means. 3-star, I was a young lad when Franny Lee won the title at Derby and my dad taking me along to see them show the trophy at Derby Council House. A20, what's your score prediction for Chelsea v United? Both teams can attack, both teams can't defend. I would say 2-2 is my scoreline. E. Montero, Owen played 25 years ago and it was way easier to pick up injuries. Why was it easier to pick up injuries 25 years ago? What are you on about? Why was it easier to pick up injuries 25 years ago? That makes no sense. Oh, cleared away. What are you doing, Kinski? Oh, just about away for Spurs. CG, would you bet your house family on that? Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Maybe not my family. I wouldn't bet anything on that. But yeah, I'm very confident. I'm very confident. Eugene plays Salah and Jota. Yeah, I don't really get what you're getting at there, Eugene. I think you've maybe tried to make a funny, but it hasn't quite worked. If you want to explain, we can go for that. E. Montero, it wasn't more rough 25 years ago. I don't know if... How old are you, mate, out of interest? How old are you? The reason I'm asking that is because did you watch Michael Owen get his injury against Leeds United for Liverpool? Did you watch that game? I watched that game. It's nothing to do with roughness. He had nothing to do with roughness. It was because he'd been playing he'd been playing consistent. Michael Owen said this himself. Michael Owen has literally said this himself. He was playing every other week from the age of 17 and his body was eventually going to break down. What a run this is. Minter, good save. His body eventually broke down from too much games and too many minutes in the legs. Just wasn't the same player. Tore his hamstring away at Leeds United. Lucky, F and Ducky, Key, I have huge fear about the Super League still, regardless of what team we support. I hope all fans ensure that doesn't happen regardless of individual club benefits. I'll be honest, mate. The Super League has already kind of happened. It's just called the Champions League now. That is the Super League. If you look at what the Super League was meant to be, the Champions League is basically that now. Yeah. It's a slight compromise, but it is basically the same thing. The Champions League format was changed post-Super League. Jellyfish, see if Key wants slots after Everton beats Liverpool. Yeah, that won't change, mate. I have strength. I don't know about you, but I have strength in my opinions and convictions. They don't change with the wind. They're not very easily changed. I need evidence and data to really start to change my opinion. And one game will not change that. I think I would need to see a lot more opinion. You're probably right. Genuinely, owners might say qualifying for the Champions League is enough to keep him in the job. Even if he doesn't qualify for the Champions League. Jurgen Klopp didn't qualify for the Champions League 3 years ago either. So if he doesn't, I think he will. You look at the table, we're picking up more points than Villa and Chelsea. United seem to have having a little wobble as well. We're doing okay. If United beat Chelsea tonight, we beat Everton tomorrow. We're 7 points clear of Chelsea. With 5 games to go, chances are we've got the Champions League in the bag. So I just don't see it, personally. E. Montero, you do realise you can start Rio and don't have to run him into the ground. So I don't really see your point. Well, my point is, the reason he can't start all season is because of the reason I've just said. I'm not saying he can't start, just he can't start back-to-back games. He's a player who will get into the red zone very, very quickly. And you can see that, to be fair. You can see it, can't you? You can literally see. As soon as we played Spurs, do you remember when he played Spurs? He started. As soon as he played against Spurs, 50 minutes in, 50, 60 minutes in, he looked knackered. Absolutely knackered. Couldn't get back. E. Montero, nobody said all season, though. Nice moving of the goalposts, though. I think you're too preoccupied, mate, with winning an argument rather than actually just having a discussion about it. Shahid says it's true, mad, then quickly change their minds. He had a style, plan and identity and got on with the supporters. I think there's way too many loud sloth-outers. Yeah. It's disappointing, isn't it? Very disappointing. FM No Casuals back from the Bournemouth game. My word, Newcastle are poor. Newcastle fans starting to turn. They really are starting to turn. Broken Verdict says, sorry for repeating this key. Look at the Chelsea lineup. No João Pedro in the 11 or the bench. Delap ain't scoring. Well, Jed Spence has just come on for Spurs. For a doggy. And Bergvall for Gallagher. 15 minutes to go. Brighton have also made changes with Welbeck, Hinchelwood and Mitoma going off for De Kuiper, O'Reilly and Rutter. Spurs are in down the left-hand side here. Xavi Simons, strike. Oh my God, what a goal! The guy's come alive! He's come alive! It's an absolute wonder strike from Xavi Simons. He's been a worldie today. The guy created the first. He's just wrapped his foot around it for the second. This is sensational. Spurs are staying up. I called it. They are staying up. You better believe. Spurs are Premier League. It's happening. It's absolutely happening. It is happening. There you go. It's a wonder goal. An absolute wonder goal. And the limbs in that Spurs end. You can see the relief around the stadium. There was a collective gasp as Xavi Simons struck that one straight in. Great goal. Xavi, what a goal that is. An absolute worldie. Absolute worldie. If a team ever needed a goal, yeah, it's just a... And this is why so many fans, these are the types of fans who get on the back of players so quickly. Xavi Simons has taken so much stick this season, but it's been so obvious to people who watch football that he's an absolute talent. Has he always had the goals, the assists, the XG? No, he's not. If you're a FIFA fanboy, you probably haven't rated Xavi Simons much this season. But he has been an absolute diamond in the rough. Florian Wirtz as well. These are the sorts of players who are going to shape the Premier League in years to come. It's been absolutely incredible from Xavi Simons today. Creates the first so well. Scores the second. Teaching Tony, I said 2-1. Spurs to win. Both teams to score. You are welcome, sir. You are welcome. You are welcome. What a goal that is. Hey, listen, Spurs already scored one, though, to be fair. And Brighton bounced back in, didn't he? Brighton came straight back in. So it could happen again. Spurs have got to stay on the guard. This is where it's going to get really, really difficult now. In these last 15 minutes, I'm sure Brighton will have chances. He has talent. The problem is sometimes he dribbles and he runs into brick walls. Also, basically, no physical... Yeah, he's limited physically, but I think he'll develop that side of his game. A little bit like Florian Wirtz in many ways, will develop that side of his game as he adapts to the Premier League. It was common. It was so common when players joined the Premier League, especially young players, 21, 22, as Wirtz and Xavi Simons are. Young players, especially coming from abroad. It was like almost like written down in stone. People knew it in the 90s and the noughties. If this player arrives in the Premier League, he's going to take 12 months until we see his best stuff. Now, it's like there's an immediate, if they don't produce in the first 10 games, they're garbage, they're waste men. Like, get out of town. It's absolutely shocking. This is how football fans are, modern, impatient football fans. Arne Slot wins the league in his first season. Second season, 3 points off third, you're sacked. You're sacked, get him gone. Here we go, corner for Spurs. Edge of the box. Porro. He's had a good game as well. Stood up, throwing, wasteful. Wirtz is a much better player, even as a United fan. Simons is a worse version of Wirtz. I mean, I think both are really good, to be fair. I think both are really good. Plenty of time left, yeah, absolutely. Huge goal in terms of surviving, it is indeed. Huge goal in terms of Europe as well, by the way. I think we've maybe underplayed how important this game is for Brighton as well, by the way. A win for Brighton tonight would have taken them above Chelsea. If they'd have won tonight, they'd have gone into 6th above Chelsea. That's massive for Brighton. They'd have gone 6th and Chelsea would have needed at least a point tonight to go back above them. So, yeah, a win. It's going to be difficult for a difficult one for Brighton to recover from as well. Uncle P, how old are you, Mr. Key? I am 36, my friend. How old are you? Don't feel like you need to say it, to be fair. Wasteman fam, allow it. Yes, fam, alarm. Gamer Guru, come on, Brighton, 2 goals left. 3-star, I am gutted. Yeah, it does. I was going to say, it definitely does put the cat amongst the pigeons with West Ham, Forest and Tottenham now all a point separating them. Oh, any one of those 3 is going down. Did anyone see Exeter's goalkeeper score to potentially keep them up? I did, yes. I did see that earlier. Just a youngster. I'm only a little whippersnapper. I'm 46. Wow, you're really young. You're doing a great job. Please don't sell your show. I've got to get offers first, mate. When I get offers, then we'll talk. But no, I do believe, I will say this. I think Goldbridge has done wonderfully well, and fair play to him. I have no slight on the guy at all. He's built an empire. Good luck to him. But I do think it's very important, very important, that fan opinion stays fan opinion, that it's not in any way like this whole sort of corporatization of fan opinion. I'm not a big fan of it. I'll level with you. Don't like that. I think if you're being told to sway opinion and do whatever, you know, I'm not sure. I'm not sure exactly how that is going to work. Tony Snooker fan, I've no idea, mate. I've absolutely no idea. I think it might have just been a divvy in the chat. I wouldn't put any stock in it at all. I'm sure he's absolutely fine, but I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea. Roxy, you're 36, bro. Don't lie. You honestly look like a 21-year-old. Yeah, I was lying. I'm really 26. Forest need shooting if they don't win tomorrow. Well, you know, you say that, but Forest tomorrow, it's not an easy game either. You know, Burnley fighting for their life. They're still thinking they've got a chance, I'm sure. 6 games left. If Burnley were to win, then the gap to Forest becomes 10 points with 5 games left. They're going to have to be pretty much perfect, Burnley, but I'm sure they won't rule it out. You'd be surprised how opinions change after 7-0s. Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah. And do you know what? And people, they do it one of 2 ways, don't they? Sometimes they'll come nicely, and they'll say, "Oh, we'll give you lots of money, and we'll make you, we'll make you comfortable, and all this sort of stuff." And then they sometimes go the other approach, which is, well, we'll just cannibalize what you do. We'll just make our own version of what you do. You just won't, and we'll fund it better. We'll produce it better, and we'll make sure yours is nowhere near as good. We'll just absolutely push you to oblivion. So you can either work with us, you can either be in the tent pissing out, or outside the tent pissing in. And it's maybe no surprise people do the latter. Former. Yeah, you know what I meant. Would you go on TalkSport or Sky Key? No. No, in fact, you have my word on that. I won't go on either. And it's nothing to do with them either. I just don't aspire to do that. I don't want to do that. I have a very, very clear idea of what this channel is going to be about and where it's going to go, and it's on neither platform. So yeah, who knows? Vio said, hi Key, hello everyone, I just joined in. How's the game been? Also, do you think Spurs are staying up? Yes, I think Spurs are staying up. Oh, and just as I say that, Brighton have a chance. I can see Key on Sky Sports 10 a.m. football fan chat. No, I promise you won't see me on Sky Sports. No time. No time for it. Spurs hold on, we are confirmed relegated. Sam, I think you even, you've accepted the inevitable, haven't you? You know that they're going down. You know that Wolves are going down. I think there's an acceptance there that it's going to happen. It's totally fine. It's frustrating, but at least you know that it's happening, and maybe next year. I think surely you've already started planning for next year, I would imagine. I'd be all over being on TalkSport and Sky Sports to call out some of the tosh they speak. But you wouldn't be on it very long then, would you? That's the problem. You wouldn't be on it very long. You'd, yeah, the whole thing, the whole shtick is, rage bait, not any sort of sensible, nuanced debate. It's what will get the most clicks, the most ring-ins, the most phone-ins. And in spite of what people say, that's not that. I don't believe I've ever done that. And I genuinely, hand on heart, on all that I love, I don't believe I've ever done that. I never would. Stacey, how do people think the top six will finish in order? Do we catch United? Yeah. Yeah, I think we beat United at Old Trafford. I think we beat Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. At Anfield. And I think we get a point out of Villa at Villa Park. Or maybe either or. But either way, I think United are struggling a little bit. I think Chelsea are falling off a cliff a little bit. Villa will start to focus more and more on that Europa League run. And I think the 2 games against Forest in the semi-final is going to be massive for both teams, actually. I think Forest might take their eye off the relegation zone. The relegation battle a little bit with those games against Villa. Jellyfish Key, you'd be a great... But I think, by the way, Stacey, I think it's going to be Liverpool, United 4th, Villa 5th, Chelsea 6th. And I think all 6 will get Champions League football because I think Villa... Maybe Forest. Villa or Forest, I think, will win the Europa League. I can see Key on the Great British Bake Off. I'd love a go on Bake Off. Yeah, I'd do okay on Bake Off, I think. I don't really know what I'd be good on football wise. Like, there's not really too many football shows that. I always try. I'd like to have been on Soccer AM when it was at its peak. That's a bit more me. Tottenham 2-1. Yeah, Tottenham 2-1 with 60 seconds of normal time left, plus injury time to go. Here we go. Gotta love the Anthony Gordon mutiny, though. Called it ages ago. There's a Brighton goal coming. If there is a Brighton goal coming, if this finishes 2-2, oh, it's going to destroy Spurs fans. Ball played in, headed away by Spurs. They've got to stay calm here. They've got to stay cool. Great piece of play here now. Here's Matthijs Tel. Keep hold of it. Recycle it. Go on, lad. Give it off. Wonderful play, Matthijs Tel. Excellent, Spurs. Well done. Good defensive work, that. Excellent work. Marilyn Julian says, Chelsea to beat United. You've baked a humble pie already. Great age. It will never last. Is there another goal incoming? How many more minutes at the end of this one? Injury time about to be announced. How many more minutes are we going to get? 90 minutes on the clock. 8. Fucking hell, where's that come from? Roberto de Zerbi has just absolutely lost his head. 8 added minutes. Goodness me, we've got a long way to go yet. There's still time. 8 added minutes. Jake Saggers, who do you think's going to win the Chelsea United match? I think 2-2. I think that one's going to be high scoring, much like this one. 8 added minutes. Xavi Simon's struggling. He is. He's very much struggling. Oh, it's a big win for Spurs if they can hang on. A huge 3 points. Here's Minter. Plays it back. Brighton swing it in far post. Headed back across. And Kinski claims it. Big claim for the keeper. I think Spurs are going to have to make some changes just to settle the game down. Have they got any players, any more changes they can make? How many changes have they made? They've made 4 so far, right? They've made Basuma, Kolo Muani, Gallagher, Udogie. There's still one more they could make. I think there's still a change Spurs could go for. Oh, no, they have made 5. Gray, Tell, Palhinha, Bergvall and Spence all came on. They've changed all 5. They maybe need a player to go down with a head injury. Get that concussion sub. Is the Brighton manager not there? Fabian Hürzeler. I think he's... I think Fabian Hürzeler's suspended for this one, isn't he? Isn't he in the stands? Yep, 6 minutes to go. We've had 2 minutes of added time. 6 to go at the end of this game. It's an absolutely massive 6 minutes in Tottenham's Premier League history, to be honest. Come on, Brighton. Come on, Spurs. Hey, there's a mixed bag. Mixed bag in the chat. I'm with Sarah. Come on, Spurs. I want to see that relegation battle go to the wire. I want to see it go to the final day. And Forest, West Ham and Spurs separated by just 1 point as we go into the final 5 fixtures. It means everything. Every single game involving one of those teams is going to be massive. Monday Night Football, Crystal Palace against West Ham. I'll be live for it. That's going to be massive as well. That's going to be huge. We're going to miss Forest tomorrow. Forest against Burnley. We're obviously watching the big game, Everton and Liverpool. Chance! Oh, side netting! Oh, Kadioglu, back stick. Should have scored. Should have scored. Oh, how's that stayed out? It's a great ball in from Minter. It takes a bit of a deflection. And then Kadioglu just into the side netting. Ah. N1, NI66A, can you go live when there is Chelsea v Man U? Yes, I will be live for Chelsea and Man U. Has Simons got cramp? I think so. Yeah, he's certainly having a bit of a whinge, isn't he? Marilyn, we logged on from Trinidad. Your channel is growing. You don't need these big media outlets. Oh, I love that. Lots of love to Trinidad. My favourite of the Caribbean islands. Ooh, cleared away there. Much better from Verbruggen that time. Needed to be strong. Forest v Burnley, 12:30. Oh, is it a 12:30 kickoff? Is it really? Oh, I stand corrected then. I might watch it. I won't be streaming it, but I will be watching it. Before the Everton-Liverpool game. Brighton, ball pulled back, chance! Oh my God, they've done it! They've absolutely snatched it! It's Rutter! Oh, Spurs! They've snatched a point, and Xavi Simons has just absolutely lost his head. Spurs have thrown it away. They've thrown it away. Look at the Spurs fans in the stands. Oh, the limbs from Brighton. It's a massive point for Brighton, and I tell you what, Kinski, Danzo, they're inconsolable, the Spurs players. Van der Ven, there's just an inquest going on at the back there. Look at them, they're all screaming at each other. De Zerbi's trying to encourage his players, lift his players. That's massive. Xavi, you can see the devastation on Xavi Simon's face. He's been incredible today. 2 big moments for Xavi Simons. There should be no doubt at all he is man of the match. But Danzo has had a absolutely colossal error there. And it's just a fabulous finish. Danzo has a shocker and Rutter, oh, it's a great goal. Nothing the keeper can do. Nothing the defence can do, really. But it's all on Danzo, that one. Oh, Spurs. Spurs. They've absolutely blown it. They've blown it, and if they're not careful, they'll concede another. They could get beat here. There's 2.5 minutes left. Brighton are still coming forward. This could be. They could lose it. They could blow it. It's going to be a corner, Brighton. Sweet Lord. Oh, I'm so gutted for these Spurs fans. Look at them. Heads have collapsed in the stands. Look at that young lad. That young lad watching his dad. His dad goes like that and puts his head on the bar in front of him. And his young lad did exactly the same. Oh, come on. Defend this one, Spurs, at least. Don't throw it away. Goodness me. Punched away by Kinski. That's better. Spurs are still not giving this up. Xavi Simons. It's not a foul. It is a foul. Oh, it is a foul. Gets away with that one. Oh, Danzo. I can't believe he takes that touch. I can't believe Danzo has absolutely just finished Spurs off there. I'm sorry. It's just not good enough, that. It's so not good enough. Good grief. What are we doing here, Spurs? Here's Spence. Down the line to Bergvall. Good tackle from Van Hecker. Straight into him. Well, I said 2-2 before the game. Maybe 2-1. Sorry, I did. I said 2-1 before the game. But I thought there'd be goals in this one. And I think it's 2-1 for the Chelsea Man... Sorry, 2-2 for the Chelsea Man United game. I think we're going to get goals in the next one as well. I am live straight after this for Chelsea v United. Hopefully you'll join me for it. If you've not already, do us a favour, leave a like on the video, make sure you've subscribed as well. Xavi Simons, edge of the box, 30 seconds left for Spurs. Can they get one more chance? Archie Gray, got to do something special here, lad. Go on, lad. Go on, lad. That's great play. Ah, Brighton, good football to get out as well. Don't dive in on him. Don't dive in on him. That's not a foul. Bergvall with a good turn. Bergvall, give it off. Give it off. Hit it. Oh. What are you doing? That's not good enough, Archie Gray. Oh, big chance there for Spurs. The game came alive at the end. Archie Gray, he's only a young lad. I'm sure he'll learn, but that's a big moment for him at the end of this one. A very big moment, and it's full time. It's 2-2. What a game. What a finish. The end of the first half finished just as well as the end of the second half. Look at Xavi Simons, though. He's jumping. He's hopping mad. He's hopping mad. Danzo looks inconsolable. He's just... It's so hard to take this one from a Spurs perspective. Listen, I'm not a Spurs fan, but I'm a football fan, and I honestly think this is really hard to take from a Spurs perspective. They've played well enough today, and one error at the back. Danzo has just killed them today. Such a shame. But yes, it does look more and more like Spurs are going to get dragged into that end of the season, bottom three. It's not looking good for them. As it stands, they are 1 point behind West Ham, 2 points behind Nottingham Forest. A win for West Ham at Selhurst Park on Monday Night Football. Especially if Forest win. Imagine a world where West Ham and Forest win. If West Ham beat Palace and Forest beat Burnley, goodness me, then it really does become believable that Spurs are going down. I think my judgment is reserved until we see those next two results. Forest win against Burnley tomorrow. They go 5 points clear of Spurs. That starts to look challenging. West Ham, if West Ham get a result against Palace, and they might well do, then, oh, yeah, again, 4 points looks a difficult one to turn round as well. Especially when they had those two. Those 2 extra points were literally just in their grasp. It was a massive opportunity. Pedro Porro's in tears there. They're all just inconsolable. I feel really sorry for Spurs. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Right. Well, listen, if you haven't already, do me a favour. Hit like on the video. Make sure you followed up here. I'm live straight after this. I'm going to be live in 5-10 minutes. Give me 10 minutes. I'll be back again for Manchester United away at Chelsea. Chelsea v United, Stamford Bridge. That is going to be a monster game in the Champions League qualification race. Liverpool can't lose in that one. As a Liverpool fan, I'm delighted whatever the result in that one. We can't lose. Chelsea win. United win, draw, any of them. One of those teams is dropping points. So Liverpool are going to be a winner, whatever the result in that one. But I'm hoping they kick 7 bells out of each other. Maybe a few suspensions, and it's 2-2, 3-3. I'd love that. Right. Lots of love, everyone. If you're not coming back for Chelsea Man United, please do. But if you don't, I'll see you tomorrow maybe for the big games. Everton v Liverpool. Arsenal away at Manchester City, and we're going to do, I have decided we're going to do River Plate against Boca Juniors, 9 o'clock kickoff tomorrow night. 3 huge games tomorrow, Merseyside derby, maybe a title decider, and River Plate and Boca Juniors. Who else gives you that sort of variety? Really, who else but Premier League Dad? Right. Lots of love, everyone. Really appreciate you. Thank you so much for all the likes, all the comments, all the love, all the shares. And I will see you again in about 5-10 minutes. See you soon. Ta-da.